Osa. I can't wait for the season to get started, get playing with you guys, get on the field, and represent the star. You guys be sure to go check out J Tuck and subscribe to the Cowboys fans only, and keep doing your thing, bro.
Doing Cowboys Nation, it's Kelvin Joseph. I can't wait for the season to get started. Be sure you check out J Tuck, subscribe to his channel. Keep shining, the sky's the limit. You know the vibe. Stop playing.
What's up, CFO gang? It's your boy J Tuck, and you are now tuned into the Cowboys Fans Only channel. So if you're new, do your boy a huge favor, comment, like, subscribe, somewhere down there, somewhere right there, right? And be sure to turn that notification bell to stay updated with all Dallas Cowboys CFO content. And fam, if you haven't seen it on YouTube or on my Twitter, go to cowboysfansonly.com. I just restocked the store, man. There's new gear out there. So definitely go to there, cowboysfansonly.com, and use the code CFO gang to get your 10% off. But yo, Cowboys fam, right? It's the 2021 season. We have officially arrived. Camp begins this week. I couldn't be more excited. We talked about this for so long. So I had to bring some of my big dogs in, man. Some of my bros in this game, man, who I love their content. Both of these guys are guys I talk to daily. We constantly sharing ideas. I appreciate their work. I appreciate their channels. I appreciate their insight. So CFO gang, I want to give a warm welcome to my guys, Boss Cowboy and West Coast Cowboy. What's going on, fam?
What's up with it, Jake Tuck, man? I'm always happy to be in the building, brother.
Absolutely.
What's up with you, man?
West Coast, what's going on, my guy?
Shoot, man, I'm chilling, man. I'm chilly willying, man. You know what I'm saying? Ready to get into this content, ready to leave 2020 behind me.
2020 behind us, man. So we diving into the camp. We're gonna dive into some 2021 talk, man. So definitely keep the questions going. But first, I'm gonna start with you, boss, because you've been very active on your channel talking about this. So for the people who don't know, how are you feeling about this whole Hard Knocks situation, the Dallas Cowboys now being on Hard Knocks? I know some Cowboys fans, they still don't like it. You know what I'm saying? So tell me how you feeling right now when it comes to the Dallas Cowboys being on Hard Knocks.
Yeah, I don't like it, but I got over it because there's nothing you can do about it at this time, you know. So I actually switched to some of the positives that's going to come from it. And the positives that I'm really excited about is to take a real closer look at that defensive staff. I really don't care about the offensive staff. I've been saying on my channel, if there's nothing wrong with your car, why are you looking under the hood? You know what I mean?
Right.
So we know we got questions on that defense. So, and I have questions about particular people on that defense,
right?
Especially coaches, right? So that's gonna give us a peek at what's going on, and that could potentially help us. So I started off, to answer your question, obviously not excited about the distraction, because it is. And then number two, it was the most quiet offseason that we've had in years. So it was looking like we was right at the tape, getting ready to cross it with no issues, and then it happened. But I'm cool with it now. I have no issues now.
Right. Wes, how you feeling about us being on Hard Knocks, bro?
I mean, the Cowboys are on Hard Knocks every single season. We're the Dallas Cowboys. We're America's team, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're not used to being in cameras, then you probably didn't play at a major college. You know what I'm saying? You've been playing at Bapalapa State. You know what I'm saying? They don't really put their games on TV. But all these kids have already been on every program. Like, LSU has their own program that's like Hard Knocks, and they do the same thing. Like, Alabama, like, these are huge schools. And my thing when it comes to the Hard Knocks is another thing that I like about the not even that the Cowboys being on Hard Knocks is, like, to even get on Hard Knocks, you have to have 2 losing seasons. Like, right. And you couldn't have been in the playoffs in the last 2 years. So in order for you, like, Hard Knocks, they're not looking to be a distraction because they're looking for bad teams. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, Cowboys only won 14 games in the last 2 years. That's a fact. But at the same time, we still have played more top primetime games than teams that are winning Super Bowls. So that's just kind of the nature with the Dallas Cowboys. Also, you know, fans got to remember that it won't even air until like August 20-something, and training camp will have already been over. You know what I'm saying? By that time, they will have already been in their 3rd preseason game. So it's going to be a 30-man crew. At the end of the day, the NFL's rules are still apply where they can't show specific schemes and things like that. It's all going to be, if you go look at the Rams, it was all it's literally not even like practice because it's all conversation.
Right,
you know
all conversation.
Because
right.
let's just be real. Fans don't want to sit up and watch the Dallas Cowboys practice. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
they want storylines, you know, like, like
there's only like, man, there's probably like 10 or 15% of the fans that really would, I mean, after one show, if that's all it was, people wouldn't turn in.
Right.
Then nobody would tune in. You know what I'm saying? What's going to sell is exactly what you said, the storylines. So this is what the only thing that scares me about Hard Knocks is I hope the Cowboys don't try to create storylines. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, because sometimes when you have the media attention on you, they want to create spotlights. You know what I'm saying? Like with the Hard Knocks, when the last time it was here, they had a big spotlight on Quincy Carter. And I don't know if Quincy really, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if even that was a lot of pressure for a second round pick. You know what I'm saying? But the cool thing about it is now is, man, Dak is man, it don't matter what Dak is on. Dak getting paid so much money and he's
right.
a flawless human being. You know what I'm saying? That's Jesus' little brother, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, ain't nothing shaking him. Zeke,
right.
He's been a big dude everywhere he's been. The only people that I feel that this could probably affect is like, the boss man fats of the world. You know what I'm saying?
I was going to ask you that, boss. So who are you worried about being a distraction? Is it for the younger core, or do you think some of these veteran guys is kind of, because they've been accustomed to them. Like, we've been on All or Nothing. You know, we constantly have cameras in our face. So who are you worried about when it comes to as far as being a distraction?
Well, it's a distraction to the coaches because the coaches are going to have to do extra prep to just try to make sure that they're not spilling anything. And especially when you look at the history of Mike McCarthy and you look like he loves to move in stealth, you know he's going to put in the extra work to not try to reveal things, which is just add more to their plate.
Right.
So in terms of the players, I already looked and researched former Hard Knocks from the Dallas Cowboys. And the way that players look at it is it's actually fun to them. Like, it's giving them more exposure. They go like it.
Right.
So it's not about the players. It's more so about the workload that you putting on the staff, you know, and that's just unavoidable. And plus, I've been listening to guys who went through multiple Hard Knocks, like even Brian Broaddus, and he really expounded on the fact that it's a big temptation, especially for coaches, to come across and do too much, right? So it's those of us who wanted the Dallas Cowboys to have an off season for the first time that's about pure football, that's just dead. But it doesn't mean it's the end of the world either. So it's not that big of a deal as I initially thought. But it's one of those things that you got to recognize that anything added outside of football, I don't like. Like, I like our organization to be almost like New England, where they try to keep as much distraction away as possible and try to make everything so football to where it's too football, to where even like Gronk and Brady felt like they was too structured, but it was working. You know, and those of us who want that W and they want that, I can take pushback all day.
Because as much as you want to say about New England, bro, they have more scandals in the last 7-8 years than any team in America. So this is one thing about Belichick. Belichick don't care. Like, Belichick will actually push the line. So that's why I don't really. And then you also got to remember, with them being, you can't even compare the New England Patriots, because with Tom Brady, they went to 11 straight playoffs. So they were never even eligible to even get on Hard Knocks. So it's like, I think that has to play a point in it too. And this is my thing about Mike McCarthy. Mike McCarthy, in a season where he didn't have to hide anything, went and did the extra thing to try to hide everything. So to be honest with you, I think Mike, and then also on some factuals, the NFL, not the Dallas Cowboys, the NFL will have the final say on the content that's getting put out. So they're like, so even if they do record something, because they will, because all they're gonna, this is gonna be a 30-man crew, and they're just going to be recording. And then they record all that stuff, that content, they go back and then they mash that stuff and they cut it up. So there is going to be some stuff that gets recorded. We just got to hope that they ain't got no Eagles fans working for the organization that leaked that stuff. You know what I'm saying? That leaked that stuff.
Yeah, but also here's the thing. We're going to be out in Oxnard. So, I mean, it's going to be open camp anyways. And so I think Mike McCarthy wanted to be secret agent last year, but he's not going to get that. He can't do it this year. Like, we're going to be out there with
I'm going to be honest with you, Chuck. You can't ever do it. You want to know why? Because raise your hand. Raise your hand. Raise your hand, boss cowboy. Raise your boss.
I don't know why I'm raising my hand.
He set us up for something.
Why? Because guys like us
go fall for it.
Listen to me. Guys like us, guys like Law Nation, guys like Botch, guys like Skylar Steele. You know what I'm saying? My boy Skywalker Steele. My boy, you know what I'm saying? My boy Shango. Yeah. Man, these dudes have hours and hours of content of the Dallas Cowboys. So it's like, and so it's like, I mean, that whole mindset, I think just, bro, we just can't do it. It's America's team. It's like that just comes. I think that just comes with the being America's team, man. Like we don't have anonymity. We don't have
right.
That.
We just
we can be the Browns.
We just don't. Nobody cares. He tried to do that last year with the blue and white scrimmage. You know, messing up the footage because he wanted to save players, but we gonna have a preseason.
He did.
Yeah,
he fully messed up.
I did a live stream like a goofball that game. It was like, what is this? Like he tried it last year, but at the end of the day, it didn't work. So I feel like Hard Knocks is not going to be that big of a distraction. They're going to find some, you know, lower drafted rookie to kind of follow around, interview. Someone's probably going to make the team or not. It's not going to be as intense as a lot of people say. I said, you know, going back to All or Nothing, that's going to be a lot more involved, All or Nothing style, because that was a full season versus what Hard Knocks is going to be. It's just going to be camp. So, you know, Cowboys fans, like I said, just calm down a little bit. But as content creators, I love it, boss. You know, boss, I'm all for it.
I mean, in terms of content, but, you know, I'm not here for just content, man. Like, you know, hold on real quick. The whole goal of this is to, because I always say, man, in a game of inches, why give them out? Like, I mean, we can go back and forth on it, but it's one of those things to where I would rather be quiet and lack content and those guys be fully locked in on football than to even have any kind of slight distraction.
But if they ain't fully locked in on football after last year, bro, then we in trouble anyway.
Yeah, but it's too much history on Hard Knocks with the Dallas Cowboys that we can't ignore. Like, we can't ignore the fact that it's already been stated and proven that it's a lot of overdoing it when those cameras, man, just like anything, bro. Like I might even over debate because we live.
Right, yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? It's something that the camera make people extra sometime, and it's it's just, to me, knowing the mentality of our coach and knowing that he's a secretive guy, and knowing that he's a secretive guy, you also got to know that this is contrary to what he wants.
Right. So speaking of coaching staff, we're going to dive into that because, like I said, one of my key points I wanted to focus on when it came to Hard Knocks and also camp is how does Mike McCarthy handle this team? Because we really didn't kind of see it last year. We kind of heard some whisperings with the coaching staff, whether that's more on the defensive side of the ball. But I want to see how does Mike McCarthy handle it day-to-day? How does the team rally around him? So we're going to dive into that next. But I want to give a shout-out to everybody in the chat, man. What's up to my guy, Matt O? What's up, Rika Moving the Chains? I also see the Lunatic. What's up, my guy? Welcome back, man. So keep those questions coming. We're definitely going to dive into it. So I want to get into this coaching staff, right? And, boss, you mentioned it earlier, right? Mike McCarthy, second year. What is your thoughts on last year of Mike McCarthy, what you saw? Did he meet your expectations, or were you kind of on the fence like, this ain't what I thought we signed up for?
I love Mike McCarthy, man. I ain't got no problems with Mike McCarthy except for defense. I think Mike McCarthy made some critical errors on defense and showed a little bit too much loyalty, and I think that can kind of be his Achilles heel. Is if I could break down any weakness on him, I say that sometimes he can be too loyal. You can see that in the Danucci. You can see that in Mike Nolan. And then sometimes maybe even stubborn because, you know, it was obviously a conversation about not being ideal to go into a 3-4, especially with COVID from last year and all the changes. But he took that on, you know, and that's also where he came from at Green Bay. Right. That would be my knock on him. But in terms of offense and in terms of leading this team, I'm cool with him, bro. Because a lot of stuff that happened was out of his control. We was second to San Fran in injuries, only behind them. Epic injuries, 80% of the offensive line injury. You lose your quarterback. Even Zeke banged up and tried to play through it. You lost a lot of people on defense, and still you won more games than the Texans, who had their starter, and we didn't have any starters.
Right.
So, you know, I think that's a damn good job. And then those guys kept fighting at the end, you know, and he kept basically a B team motivated. And, you know, all we got to do is kind of look at the track record of Mike McCarthy and know that he might not be, I guess, Belichick, but he's solid. He's a top tier coach, no doubt. We need to calm down.
Right. Wes, what's your thoughts on Mike McCarthy?
I think Mike McCarthy. I feel Mike McCarthy is the exact same way I feel like about Jason Garrett. I feel that he is only as good as Jerry Jones allows him to be. So I mean, I think that you know what I'm saying, and you know, Mike McCarthy hasn't done anything to make this team better, and he has not done anything to make this team worse. Like, this offense is still ranked the exact same what it was when they were here beforehand. You know what I'm saying? Like, he didn't come in and make this offense better. You know what I'm saying? The defense, did the defense slide? Yes, but the defense also had the defense was going to, honestly, keep it real, the defense was doomed regardless of who the coach was. I actually think the defense would have played better under Marinelli if they would have made this switch, simply because I know Marinelli is a coach's coach. That's why players get better under Marinelli. You know what I'm saying? Like Rod is actually like, he's actually going to look at the film instead of telling you, okay, you need to do this, he's actually going to show you how to do it and coach you how to get better. That's why me and Boss, we valley for guys like, you know, these guys who have these real coaches out here are coaching these kids to get better. You know what I'm saying? Right. So McCarthy, I mean, I love the fact, I love how he is loyal to his friends. He was loyal to his friends all the way to the fact. You know what I'm saying? That definitely shows something. But, you know, my biggest issue, if we're going to talk about coaches, if I can only talk about one in mine, I'm going to talk about Kellen Moore. You know what I'm saying? Because Kellen Moore is the one that we living and dying by right now. You know what I'm saying? The reason being is because, like, the defensive coordinator only had one first-round pick for damn near 4 years. You know what I'm saying? Right. So it's like, what do you expect from your defense? That's the Hot Boys were born because they were a bunch of nobodies, not because they were a bunch of high-paid dudes. You know, but the Bears don't have a name for their defense. Why? Because everybody's high-paid. You get a name for yourself when you come out of nowhere. Kellen Moore has had the same offense, has had the same production, has won 14 games under him being Kellen Moore's been our quarterback, has been our offensive coordinator for 2 years. In 2 years, he's won 14 games. And I'm going to be honest with you, my opinion of Kellen Moore is this. He makes Dak's job harder. Dak has to be a better quarterback because of him. How and so? The single reason I'm going to tell you is this. I'm not even going to use 2020. Who cares about 2020? 2019, right? Mm-hmm. Same exact. Only difference is it was different by one game. 2020, we started 16 games. We scored on the opening drive 4 times. 2019, 5 times. Now, think about this. You know what that means? You had 6 days to prepare for a defense. 6 days to prepare a game plan. You had 16 times to try to do this, and only 5 times what you thought was going to win and what you saw on camera and video didn't work. That only worked 5 times. Now think about this. Dak Prescott also has the most comebacks. So you know what that really tells me? Kellen Moore's putting a game plan together and it ain't working. And come third quarter, Dak gives him that look like, man, you already know what I'm about to do. And then Dak goes out there and he cooks. Right. Everybody say Russell Wilson cook. Nah, fam. Dak cooks.
Dak cooks.
When you coming back 15 times, bruh, that's cooking, bro.
Yeah, I was watching because the NFL Network, they were playing all our games. It's all weekend yesterday. And I was sitting back watching that Atlanta game. I was like, bro.
Oh, really?
Like life was so easy with that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh, man.
But let me ask you this, boss, because that's always been my contrast. You mentioned what Mike McCarthy does. He's known as the quarterback coach, a play caller. But we also have Kellen Moore, who we know, Jerry Jones kind of got tucked in the wing right now. So do you feel like Kellen Moore really oversteps the true value that we have when it comes to Mike McCarthy, and we're not getting what Mike McCarthy can really bring? Because, we heard coaches talk, some of the players talk last year, when it comes to the development and everything, it was Kellen Moore being a lot more hands-on than Mike McCarthy on the offensive side of things. So how do you feel about that whole relationship when it comes to Mike McCarthy and Kellen Moore?
Well, I think Kellen Moore, I see Kellen Moore kind of like I saw young Dak, where you see a lot of greatness in him, but we have to be a little bit patient and recognize just because you got a full beard, you still 14 years old.
Right.
In my example, you see what I'm saying? So as a growing play caller, I like Kellen Moore. And I also like what they've done to bring a little bit more wisdom in the room, like McAdoo. So I see the balance that they're trying to do to try to actually help create a yin and a yang, right? That's going to be able to balance them out, because anybody that really look at Kellen can see, with West Coast having that run the damn ball head, is that my boys too pass happy, bro. Even with even with backup quarterbacks, we was second in pass attempts.
Bruh.
damn. Like,
that's him. That's him. That's his mindset.
And see, that's where I'm not gonna fight. I almost want to go grab my red running damn ball hat right now and rock it, because actually he does need more balance. Just being all the way honest with you. So I wouldn't highlight him, just like I wouldn't highlight Dak as the coach to watch. Mm-hmm. The coaches that I got my eye on is Scott McCurley, the linebackers coach, and Aiden Dirty. Those are the guys that I'm hoping that they have the maturity in the room, because just to be honest, they strike me as some babies. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? You got Durden coming there, his first time coaching the defensive line, right? Mm-hmm. And the defensive line that was ranked 31st. And then you have Scott coming in, who basically was over those guys last year and managed that decline. Mm-hmm. So it's like, who are the guys that's going to really come in and be the big brothers and coach those coaches? Right. That's what I'm more so concerned with, because I feel like they already putting the stuff around Kellen Moore to balance out his wisdom and make him better. And so I think hopefully George Edwards would be that guy for Scott. And I'm hoping Witt would be that guy to Harris. And then obviously I would want Quinn to be that guy to Durden, right? Where they're the coaches that's coaching those guys. That's what I want to see in Hard Knocks, is who are those guys that's in those particular rooms, because those coaches particularly are straight up babies.
I'm going to tell you a secret. Teach Kellen Moore how to score on opening drives, and all that wouldn't even matter. They can all grow. Because I'm going to tell you what you asked for right now. You have 5 things that you need to happen over here, or I can tell you we can just work this one angle right here and get all that. You know what I'm saying? This is what Cowboy fans need to understand. We are never going to pay for a top 5 defense. So if we get one, it is on accident. We are not trying to put a top 10 defense on the field. And the reason being is because the finances do not show that. We are trying to put an average defense on the field who can hope. And the reason being is because you're paying so much to the offense. Mm-hmm. Your offense is almost like 63% of the cap. So guess what? That lets me know that if they're over 63%, when I watch the Dallas Cowboy football team on TV, I should see more offense than defense. So the mindset right out the gate needs to be that, I'm sorry, but this offense that has 7 first-round picks, 6 people on extended contracts, 5 of those guys looked at as the best in the NFL. They got to do their job, bro. Like they have to, because I can't expect my defense. Like it is, and I hate that notion where fans be like think about the linebacker. You're trying to ask a brand new coach to help Leighton Vander Esch, who has injury issues. You can't even coach that. That's between him and Jesus. Right. And Jalen Smith, who has his own little things. Right. Then Micah Parsons, who didn't play football last year. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? He played 18 games at linebacker. So and you're doing all that in 1 year with a coach who this is his first year. That's a lot, man. I can't even really. The only thing I can expect from a rookie coach is the exact same thing I expect from a rookie player, and that is get a little bit better. But guess what? You're not going to get a little bit better until you experience. Like that's just what it is. I expect new coaches to have experiences, to make mistakes, just like players do, because they got to try it and see it. But guess what? This is, and I'm sorry to say it, but this is Jerry Jones's making. This is of Jerry Jones's making. Yeah. Because even on the offense, they like saying Sanjay Lau. Sanjay Lau been on 19 teams. Everybody thought he was a bad dude, but do you know what that meant? A lot of experience. Right. They threw that dude over there to play wide receiver. The most experienced dudes that we lost on defense, Matt Eberflus. Now that dude is about to be a head coach staying there. Right. He was our linebacker coach. Right. So it's like the Dallas Jerry Jones defense does not pay, it don't pay enough bills. Right. So they don't invest money in it. So that's why my mindset is always going to be, what is the one thing, if I'm Phil Jackson and I'm losing by 10, who do I talk to? Michael Jordan or PJ Armstrong? bruh, Michael Jordan, I know you got 50 points, but I believe you can get 60 way faster than he can get 15.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. And I agree with you, Wes. Yeah, I agree with you, Wes. And I dropped a video the other day and salute to my guy, Professor O. We talked about this, that the Dallas Cowboys defense, they don't have to be top 10. This is what everybody wants. They want a top 2 offense and a top 10 defense. Now, granted, I'll take it, but it's like what they were able to build off of last year is, they were able to get turnovers. They were able to get some stops, right? But if they're able to improve their turnover margin, pretty much our offense starts rumbling, fumbling, stumbling, and they're able to get interceptions, continue to get fumbles, continue to get pressure on the quarterback, and they move in with that 10 to 15 range, I feel like that will put the Cowboys exactly where we need to be. Now, where we all got to be cautious, Cowboys fans, when this offense starts to slide, then we, you know what I'm saying? If something happens with the offense and we start to slide a little bit, then we just SOL, man. But I feel like right now, what we have in house, Dan Quinn and his defensive coaching staff can coach some of these guys up to kind of get them to the middle of the road. I feel like the run defense is going to take a drastic leap forward just instantaneously by having Dan Quinn in the house. But then the pass defense, that's where we're going to talk about here later. The secondary is my huge question mark. That's going to be where, Witt and Harris and some of these other guys really to come into play to coach some of these young cornerbacks. So,
hey, J. Chuck, can I say something real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Listen, let me tell you how good my mama's cooking is, right? Let me tell you how good my mama's cooking is, right? Bruh, I don't even need Dak to play. I don't need Tyron Smith to play. I don't even need Leo Collins to play. Matter of fact, take Jarwin too. He ain't even got to play. Matter of fact, give me 2 undrafted free agents, throw them on there. And you know what? Tell Travis Fredericks he can go sit down somewhere. I don't even need you. Give me Tyler Baez. That offense was top 10 last year. This offense will never fall off, bro.
Hey, bro, knock on some wood.
Like this, and I'm gonna tell you, this offense, that's the luxury, and that's why I tell the Dallas Cowboys, when you have that luxury, lean with that more. Because listen, you can fix the defense. You can fix your whole defense by not having them on the field.
So, Wes, are you saying make a strength even stronger? Is that what you're saying as far as the offense is concerned?
What I'm saying is this, right?
I'm about to say, because when we all three met last time, you know what I'm saying, during draft season, you wasn't trying to add no more offensive firepower.
Yeah, but I don't believe a tight end. But see, that's the only problem. I said this, and listen to me, right? Because this actually proved my point. Because if I'm down for moving a strength on strength, boss, who did I say that I should draft? I said go get that goddamn wide receiver. Now, right. I went to Boston. I said, I'll let Boston decide who do you think is better because he do more in-depth stuff. But I was just like, because in boss, I'll call you. I'll be like, all right, boss, I'm sold. Find me a wide receiver. Because he'll do all the work. You know what I'm saying?
Chase. Yeah.
So that's what I was saying. If we're going to just stack strength on strength, shoot, go get another wide receiver. But if it has to be that way, because at the end of the day, your corners are inexperienced. Mm-hmm. Your corners are inexperienced, or least inexperienced than last year. Think about that.
Right.
You had more experience at the corner position last year. They're more inexperienced. Your linebackers are moved around. Your defensive tackle also less experience. You're going after. I mean, I love DeMarcus Lawrence, but in Randy Gregory, but in the middle, you're hoping.
Right.
We're hoping that these guys, we're hoping. And that's the thing on offense, bro. There ain't many hopes on offense. There's a bunch of sure things on offense. I know for a fact you have 5 sure things. Tyron Smith, if he's healthy, he's top 5. Dak, if he's healthy, top 5. Zeke, if he's helping, top 5. Lyle, top 5. You know what I'm saying? Right. Cooper, top 5. There's too many. Bro, on defense, you're hoping that someone has the best game of their life every week almost. On offense, you're just hoping that these dudes beat him.
Right.
But on defense, you were literally hoping that someone plays out of their life every single week because you're not paying nobody and your damn show ain't drafting nobody to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's facts. So what I want to dive in is, like I said, is my huge question mark. And you guys both played the position. Y'all both played corner or whatnot. So, boss, what is your thoughts on the Dallas Cowboys secondary as we currently stand going into camp?
I feel the biggest question mark is the secondary. Mm-hmm. and corner more so because Anthony Brown is out there playing on the outside. I would feel a lot better if they moved him on the inside. And
they got history.
So let me ask you this, because like I said, you guys both play the position. Tell everyone watching the difference between playing inside and outside and how much that matters as far as a corner. Like, you can't just like a Madden substitution, put an inside corner on the outside and think we're going to be fine. You know what I'm saying? So go ahead and explain, like, what is the differences that you need to have playing as an inside
Anthony Brown and Anthony
outside?
Inside, first characteristic, and I'll let Boss go. You got to be a dog. That's all I got to say. He's not a dog. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, Boss.
Inside is the slot is going to have two ways. So quickness is going to be way more important on the inside than on the outside. You know, so because a lot of times that's also the guy that you're going to be going against is going to be a guy that specializes as a two-way player. So that's why you can see like a Cole Beasley work the slot, or if you could even work a Cooper in motion and get him to the slot, you putting that defense in a bad situation. So your quicker guys generally are at the slot. Now, people that's good, especially with playing what we call the upfield shoulder and knowing how to use that sideline as their friend, those going to be your players that play more on the outside. But at the end of the day, to be all the way honest with you, a real cover guy don't give a damn. He don't care where he is. Like if anybody they say that they a real corner, if you put me in a nickel, put me in the slot, as long as I'm me versus this guy, you gonna be able to count on me. Right. And that's what it really comes down to, is you cannot count on Anthony Brown on the outside. That's just all it really is I can't count on you. I've witnessed you get cooked enough. This is your 5, man. So I'm not expecting anything different at this point. But where I at least saw him play decent was in the slot. So just from an efficiency standpoint, it would make sense for him to play on the inside and Jordan Lewis on the outside. And I would also like to see that, because I think it would make it harder for Boss Man to actually earn that position. You know what I'm saying? Because because I feel like Boss Man will just take it from little old Anthony Brown. But if it's Jordan Lewis out there, Jordan Lewis gonna make you have to battle 10, 12 games. You know what I mean? Right. Because it ain't coming to you easy. You know, so I do like the safeties. I feel good about most of the safeties. The free safety is where it's the biggest red flag by a huge mile. But other than that, I feel real good about the defense, especially the front 7. So, I mean, if they play with effort, man, we go build top 10 defense for sure. Like,
and I feel like the front 7 is the one positive that we have, which we didn't have last year, right? So we kind of fixed one thing but broke something else. So Wes, let me get your thoughts on that, because the boss's idea is moving Jay Lou to the outside corner to be cornerback 2 and keep Anthony Brown in the slot. How do you feel how the Cowboys should work this secondary? Because right now, I'm not comfortable with any of it. Because like I said, we kind of doing the hope and pray method when it comes to Boss Man or Nashawn Wright, but we can't toss them out there day one versus Tampa at this point. I'm just not comfortable yet.
Well, first to go to Anthony Brown. Anthony Brown, I don't trust him to turn his head around enough so he can't be on the outside. You know what I'm saying? Because there's just there is a route that favors his weakness. And that is a go, or anything that is going where the wide receiver is reaching back or anything, because he does not turn his head. So if I'm a wide receiver, I'm going backside fade you all day, because you're not going to turn your head. You're not going to turn and look for the football. Slots, in my opinion, slots are pissed off outside corners that want to play on the outside but got to play on the inside for whatever reason. So they're always pissed off. You know what I'm saying? In the NFL, your slot has to be almost, other than like a middle linebacker, your slot has to be very athletic, because the wide receivers that are coming into the league, a lot of these guys are young and they're not being number ones right off the gate, right? They have like they're playing on the inside. So it's like these guys have wiggles, bruh. And it's hard to double some. Like, the thing that sucks about a slot is you can't really double some. You can't really get help on the playing slot, because they're usually helping the boundary guy. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you are by yourself. And Anthony Brown's hips are just not good, man. Like, a play that just comes to my mind is freaking DeAndre Hopkins. And I know it's DeAndre Hopkins, whatever. But DeAndre Hopkins, that game, I think it was in 2018, man. And it was a slant. All it was a slant. He speed turned the wrong way. And Hopkins did the slant, caught the ball. Xavier Woods, bless his little soul, he don't hit folks. He just ran beside him. He got an extra 40 yards, kicked the field goal, Dallas Cowboys lose the game.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Out of all the dumb plays I think about Anthony Brown, that is the one play that personifies. It's like, I'm gonna keep it real with you, bro. Some dudes are just not meant to be starters in the NFL. Like, is it okay to say that? Yeah, is it okay? Like,
they good at their position, but they not starter material.
They're not starters, bro.
Right.
Like, I don't think Anthony Brown is starting on another. I just don't think so because, bro, Boss Cowboy did a film breakdown on his bad plays in 2019.
Yep. With 17 touchdowns caught on them, bro.
In 2019.
Did you hear that? 17.
So that means we had the 2019 season, the 2020 season. That was 2 years ago.
Right, and it was injuries those 2 seasons. So
it's just, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's crazy, bro.
So what y'all saying is we ain't got no options but hope one of these young guys.
No, we got options. We do got options.
What's the options?
We got to go with boss man.
That's because we ride on one of these young guys, bro. Like that's
right.
Exactly.
I feel better about the young guys though.
Oh,
I would, to keep it real with you, I'm actually okay, but like Anthony Brown's position is going to be a very easy position to take because like you're gonna I don't see how you can't look better than it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like all you got to do is get your head around. If you can get your head around, you're gonna look better than Anthony Brown.
Yeah.
So that within itself is gonna get a young guy to play. You know what I'm saying? Anthony Brown's best is when he is covering space and not a player.
Fact.
That's how he got 2 interceptions.
Yes,
he got 2 interceptions because he knew to play.
And West Coast, I will be.
Hey, boss, am I lying?
Can I be honest, bro? I was low key mad too. Oh yeah, he get him in space. You hit that dead on the head. Yeah, he get those. And I was low key mad because I was like, damn, let's go buy him a whole nother year.
You got an evil vendetta, bro.
I know.
There's nobody around him.
It's not it's just I don't believe in him. It's fool's goals. Jay, it's fool's goals. So he one of those guys that he'll give you an interception, but then with that interception, he'll give you 9 bad games.
And the sad part is I've been trying to talk myself into Anthony Brown because I don't feel comfortable with nobody else. You know what I'm saying? Like,
man, the hell no. I just don't feel way more comfortable with Boss Man and even Deshaun.
You gonna run Boss Man out there first game versus Tampa against that wide receiver core?
Run Mr. 4-2-8 out there.
Boss, what you want to hope is this, man. Like, if they suck, let it burn all the way down because it looks like the Dallas Cowboys and we're going to hope that they just make better business decisions. See, we're all thinking under the premise that they going to run some guys out there that we know aren't good. They said they ain't doing that no more. You know what I'm saying? That was the New Year's resolution. They ain't doing that no more. You know what I'm saying? 2021, everybody's turning a new leaf. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we're hoping. You know what I'm saying? That's what I said on my show earlier today. We released Rashad Robinson, the other Robinson.
Yeah, everyone like, we was already tagging me and stuff on my weekend. I'm like, bro, we ain't dropped no Rashad.
And Rashad was better than Anthony Brown.
He was, and that's why he had better plays. You know what I'm saying? But I told my people today, I said, I hope that the Cowboys don't replace it with anybody. So that when you go into camp, you have the expectation that people aren't going to play good. And when people get cut, you need to get active. Like, I don't know why Cowboy fans get so mad when you be like, oh, West Coast, you just interested in everybody. You want to sign all the free agents. I'm like, yeah. And when I was a single man, I liked every girl that liked me. What you mean?
They cost money, bro. So
hey, but you'll figure it out, man. You can figure it out.
Yeah,
money ain't never stopped nobody from getting signed. Have you noticed that? Money has never stopped anybody from getting signed.
In Dallas, it does all the time, bro. Like, I feel like that's my biggest frustration is that we went into the draft and we thought we were going to get a solidified CB2. We missed out.
We did, man. Come on, Toe. Man, y'all better stop this boss man blasphemy, man. Boss gonna be straight.
Even if you drafted one of those corners in the first round, and now I'm not even trying to gas J.C. Horn or Patrick Surtain. I was saying this right here. I looked at that film, and from why I looked at that film, none of them corners. I mean, obviously, a corner is going to start in the first round because they have no choice. But Jeff Okudah has taught me that, bro, all these corners need 2 years. It doesn't matter where you're drafted. You didn't know about Richard Sherman until his 3rd year. You didn't know about Norman to his 4th year. Bro, there's too many good wide receivers coming into the NFL every single day. Every corner needs 2 years. So that's why, in my opinion, you were really going to be stuck anyway. You should have went and got a veteran. You should have got Richard Sherman before he did that perfect technique on that door. Did you see Richard Sherman technique on the door?
Bro, that door.
Perfect technique.
I said, if whoever that door company is, they need to put out an ad, bro, because that door.
I never saw the video, bro. I never saw the video. It was like that,
bro. Dog, this door was not. He was going off a whole bottle, 2 bottles of Henny, and could not. That door was banging back, bro. Like I don't want to talk about that. But that door, dog, was not coming unglued.
Boss, you ain't seen the video?
No.
Oh my God!
I said, damn, what kind of Fort Knox door they got on their house?
Did you see how that door was rattling too? It was
man, but back to Boss, man. I feel like Boss gonna be fine,
like,
bro.
Like my guy Bruce said, Jalen Ramsey came in ready year 1.
Yeah, it's corners that Jay Lou came in ready. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Boss man fat is not Jalen Ramsey. Tell that guy to slap himself.
But what about Jay Lou? But Jay Lou, Jordan Lewis as a rookie did his thing.
Remember this, Jordan Lewis didn't start week 1 either. Jordan Lewis didn't play like week 4. You're asking a guy.
He played in Denver.
You're asking a guy to come in and start week 1. That is a totally different monster. And think about this. I'm gonna tell you the thing that sucks about the situation that we're in is this.
Out the gate too.
Not even that you got killers out the gate, but when Jalen Ramsey was a rookie, you know who they had on the other side? AJ Bouye. Right. AJ Bouye was an all-pro corner. That takes a lot of the pressure off. Man, you have boss man fat out there with a guy who played 12 games. Now, I know we're supposed to say this is what's happening with Trayvon Diggs. Everybody believes that he's going to be this great corner, so we're just assuming that he's that now. But that's not usually how it works with corner. It usually takes 3 games.
Yeah, you mean 3 years.
3 years. And to be factual, he played 12 games. In his first 4 games, he gave up 5 touchdowns.
Right. Yeah,
that's factual.
Yeah, you can't knock that. That's one of those things that that's almost like defensive line. It does take about 3 years for corners to get their full grown legs and defensive line. Nobody fighting that. But I'm fighting the fact that I think these guys going to come in and still be better than Anthony Brown. That was really the case.
Yeah,
that I was making.
So y'all think Anthony Brown is going to lose his spot?
Man, I want him to lose his spot.
He should not have gotten re-signed.
But I'm saying he 5 years in, he's still standing for a reason. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on, what's the reason?
Yeah, that reason could be anything.
I don't know what that reason is because if it was me, I would have brought Cheeto back. I would have thought we brought Cheeto back.
Let's talk about the reason. The only reason is his politics. That's it.
What politics?
Somebody likes. Come on now, Anthony Brown. He know the dead bodies, bro.
I mean,
on anybody's team, he would have been cut, bro. Come on now.
Yeah.
New staff though. This is 3rd new staff.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Somebody at a high level is lobbying for him, bro. No doubt.
Boss, what did Brian Broder say about Rico Gathers?
Thank you, West Coast.
I'm gonna let you say it.
I'm gonna say it too, because thank you for leaving it. What he said is Rico had a better camp than the other tight ends, but somebody at a higher level was betting on those guys, and they not go give him a chance.
Right.
He said that. Brian Broder's like, that's what. Yeah, and the film, everything said it. I used to have to go to war with people. That's why West Coast remembered that, because he was like, I remember you fighting boys on that.
Right.
Yeah, man, we still got that element with the Dallas Cowboys. So the reason 99% of the time is because somebody favors him. It is not his play. Because like what Wesco said, 2 years ago, I did a breakdown on him showing that he gave up about 17 touchdowns. 17, bro.
Before the contract.
So then after the contract, we dealing with still bad play and you dealing with injury. That should be cut, bro. That is common sense.
Fact.
You get rid of somebody. And matter of fact, bro, I was listening to Dave Campo, right? Because I was listening to him when it came to Hard Knocks. You know, I was trying to get insight on what it was like.
Right.
Bro, he came out, he said, listen, this is how Jimmy worked. He said it was a ladder system. He said if you wasn't going up that ladder, you was gone. Just ask yourself, if he was under Jimmy Johnson, is Anthony Brown going up the ladder or down the ladder?
Going down that ladder, bro.
He would have been gone.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So the only reason he's here, bro, is obviously because somebody favors him, bro. Yeah, it's a sponsor, bro. And see, I hate the word sponsor because sponsor is making it nice to say politics. Bro.
Right.
Somebody favors you, bro.
Politics as usual, man.
I'm gonna tell you a guy that everybody be like, oh, we all like him. He's a good guy, but if you really sit back in a dark room by yourself and ask yourself, why is Noah Brown on this team?
Oh man.
So who do y'all think? So
looking around and you're like,
so who is these guys in-house playing these politic games? Like, who do you think it's the staff or do you think it's the front office? Like, where do you
front office?
I think, and I'm gonna tell you what I also think too. I think the same reason why so many Boise boys get an opportunity for the Dallas Cowboys. I think that the Cowboys feel they like having guys around to control other guys. That's what I think. You know what I'm saying? I believe that they like Anthony Brown because they can intersect information to Anthony Brown and he can disseminate that in that cornerback room. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I believe that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? I believe that Noah Brown is kind of, I know Noah and Zeke have a really good relationship. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that I don't think Zeke would have to vouch for anybody like that, but I mean, the same reason why Jalen Smith's older brother was on the Dallas Cowboys. Right. Like I'm not faking the funk. Like I'm telling y'all stuff that I know that they do. You know what I'm saying? Like I know they do these things. You know what I'm saying? So would the Cowboys use a roster spot just to have a guy that they're going to use as a mouthpiece or an earpiece in the yes. Mm-hmm. Yes, they would. Yes, I definitely believe they would. You know what I'm saying? So
oh man, like I said,
and that's just dysfunction,
Brown, man. Think about this. This is Noah Brown's first complete training camp. How does a guy be in the league 4 years and only went through one training camp? One.
Right.
It ain't what you know is who you know, I guess.
That's what it is.
Like
that's what it is.
Yeah.
And see, when you see it like that, that's obviously also coming from a high place,
mm-hmm.
right? Yep. So nobody can make that kind of executive decision unless they're very much so on the ivory tower. Mm-hmm. So then you got to kind of take your guesses who that might be. Could it be Will McClay? I doubt it. Because he's the very common sense guy, the reasonable guy. Who's the people that tend to get their emotions in their decisions and get their egos in their decisions? Stephen Jones, Jerry Jones. So it's likely one of those guys that bet on the Noah Brown, the Anthony Brown. Right. That's why when me and West Coast used to do shows all the time, we used to always talk about Mortimer from Trading Places,
right.
Where they bet that dollar, it's a $1 where people actually do that type of egotistical stuff. They sitting at very high places and they'll even make a vague comment like, I think Anthony Brown is going to be a solid pro. And just because that was your opinion of him coming in, right. your ego would keep giving him chances and chances and chances, because it was the opposite with Dak. They bet against Dak, right. Him coming in. That's why he had to fight for his money. So you can still see ego is a major driver of some of our personnel decisions.
Yeah, well,
absolutely.
Anthony Brown got a sponsor. He's starting week 1. AB out there.
How,
hey, bro? And this is the thing. If Anthony Brown is starting, I'm hoping he's starting because he is the best person at the position. But this is the thing. This is the thing, though. This is what I used to tell people about Jeff Heath, right? I used to tell people about Jeff Heath. People just get so mad at Jeff Heath. I say, man, look, if Jeff Heath is your worst safety, you got a damn good safety room. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if Jeff Heath is your best safety, your safety room is trash. You know what I'm saying? So this is my thing about Anthony Brown. Like, Anthony Brown cannot be the ceiling. He cannot be viewed as one of our better corners because he is not viewed nationally as a good corner.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you are like, in Trayvon Diggs, I heard my boy Romardo, one of my boys that played the league, he said this statement, man, you are not a veteran until you play 16 games. You know what I'm saying? Diggs is at 12.
Right.
He still got 4 more games to go.
That's what I keep telling people, bro. Like, what if Diggs slide? What if he's not who we think he is? You know,
or what if he's just a rookie? What if he just plays like a second-year pro?
No, Diggs won't slide. And somebody said AB is started because he's fast, bro. Simple as that. And I hope it's not that simple.
Right. I think that's part of it, though.
But that would be so stupid, man. And if they thinking like that, that is okay. Because
he's he's if not the fastest players on the team.
So Everson Wiles, he coming to the show on Tuesday, right?
Uh-huh.
Everson Wiles ran a 4.71.
Right.
Everson Wiles had more interceptions than Dion. At some point, your play gotta take your measurables.
Right. Facts.
Like, maybe I played a measurement game coming in. Mm-hmm. But damn, this is year 5.
Right.
Like, I'm tired of hearing, I'm tired of this man keep getting starts from a damn from biker shorts and track speed.
Right.
Like at some point, it gotta be what did you do in the pads, not what did you do in your shorts.
Right.
You know?
Right.
And so it's like we keep giving Anthony Brown, he fad. It's like, no, he play bad though. He play bad.
Right.
He play bad though.
And think about this. We give the love. Jay-Z said, don't make sure you don't give, the same love that you humping the one that you loving, right? And it's funny because we are very short-tempered with first-round picks. Ooh. But a 6th-round pick, we'll give him opportunity. Ooh. But if you a first-round pick, think about that. Like first-round picks, bro, we either don't sign you or we string your money out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's just the way we value the ability to find guys for cheap and they play really, really good.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's what the Cowboys are looking more for. The Cowboys, I'm the type of businessman where it's like, man, if you do good business, I'll pay you. I had a truck that was supposed to come in. He was supposed to do 2 deliveries on Saturday and Sunday.
Right.
He did such a good job on Saturday. I paid him for Sunday on Saturday. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, you good, bro. Nah, when you come on Sunday, you just drop my stuff and go. You know what I'm saying? You did a good job. We straight. You know what I'm saying? Jerry's not like that. I'm going to tell you what Jerry would have did. Jerry would have said, had him drop that stuff on Saturday, would have made him come back on Sunday, then would have inspected it and would have been like, okay, now I'm going to pay you. And guess what? That dude would have walked off like, man, I ain't never coming over here again. Right. You know what I'm saying?
They always trying to finesse, bro. And I feel like that's what they is. They try to find those cheap value bargain deals. They can, shine up, re-shine, repolish, sign for a mediocre contract, and that person was a 6th-round pick think they really actually getting some money, and they move that way. It's like it's just how the Cowboys operate, man. It's this new Stephen Jones mindset, man. So it just is what it is, man. So shouts out to everyone in the chat, man. Like I said, I need one of these rookies, y'all, whether it's Nashawn Wright or Boss Man Fat. I need one of them to turn up and take that spot because right now I don't feel comfortable about this secondary, and especially the corners at all. So let's go ahead and dive into it. The linebacker position, man. So, we all know we drafted Micah Parsons. We got Jalen Smith in house, LVE. We brought in Keon O'Neal. Also drafted Jabril Cox. Let me ask you this, boss. Some people have this conversation about Parsons not playing a bulk of the reps coming in as a rookie. Do you think that he's going to be a work in progress, or do you think out the gate he's going to be high in snaps? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's going to be him, maybe Jalen, maybe him and LVE out there leading the pack as far as the linebacker core is concerned.
If I'm reading the tea leaves that was coming from the voluntary workouts and that they just came from, he gonna be out there, bro.
Right.
Because the first thing that they did, which was against most expectations, they gave him the green dot helmet, right? So, which also they had him playing middle linebacker when they was having them go through the first week of the install process. Mm-hmm. So we all know the install process is where they're breaking everything down to its very elementary forms. Mm-hmm. And so the fact that they had him playing middle linebacker in that week, and then as they begin to expand into adding more to their packages, you saw them begin to then move him from the Sam as well as the Leo in a 4-3 under. Mm-hmm. Now, I don't want to get too technical, but what they're saying is they're getting ready to use him greatly. Right. Now, the thing about linebackers was, to me, clogging up a lot of people. They don't know that some linebackers are going to be featured in certain defenses and other linebackers in the other defenses. So if it's a 4-3 base, nothing exotic, my starting 3 based on the tea leaves I've been reading is going to likely be Micah in the middle. You're going to probably have Jalen at the Sam, and then you're going to probably have LVE/Neal at the weak side, right? So when they go to the 4-3 under, that's going to flip. So they go put Neal likely as the weak side because you want a faster linebacker at the weak side in the 4-3 under. Then they gonna probably still have Jalen. They gonna probably put Jalen then at the middle, assuming. But then they're gonna get creative where they're gonna probably put Parsons at the Sam because under the 4-3 under, that's like a rusher,
right?
As well as the Leo, right? So it depends on the package. Right. So in different packages, you go see different linebackers play different things. That's from what I've been seeing. But what I'm certain on is that it's going to be mostly a 4-3 or a 4-3 under. And that's what we're going to attack with when we're in our base D. Then when we're playing nickel, then obviously the wheel is going to come off, and that's going to be whatever nickelback that's going to likely be Jay Luke.
J-Lo, right. Right, yeah, I agree, man. Like I said, I think you don't take Micah Parsons this high, right, to not utilize him out the gate. I feel like Dan Quinn's going to utilize him and move him all over the field, just like you mentioned, boss. Middle linebacker, also playing the Leo position, because people forget, like, he came in at Penn State. He's a defensive pass rusher. Like, he can do a lot of flexibility when it comes to the defense, and I think that's what the Cowboys liked about it. It's like we can move him all over the field. So you add that with Jalen Smith or LVE and also Keanu O'Neal, it gives us a lot more depth than we had last year. West Coast, let me ask you this, though. What does it mean when it comes down to the conversation about Jalen Smith, the LVE? Who is going to be that odd man out when it comes as far as, you know, reps are concerned?
Micah Parsons.
Oh
no, he said LVE or Jalen.
I know. I gave you my answer. Micah Parsons.
Whoa!
Wait
a minute.
Listen to me. I was. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I respect C, because this is one thing I know about Wes. Wes ain't gonna take no curveball like that without no knowledge on the talk, brother.
He sat and waited on that one.
I know. I ain't gonna fall in it.
First off and foremost, the Dallas Cowboys did not go into this draft hoping to draft Micah Parsons. So for us to have the assumption that they have this great plan, no, they didn't. They had a great plan for Schultz after Jason Witten retired, and Schultz just showed out last year. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to hear that. You know what I'm saying? The Cowboys wanted a corner. They didn't get a corner. They scrambled around. They traded back one position, one spot.
Which you was right on. You was right. And they traded with the Eagles.
Hey, I knew the Cowboys weren't gonna play. Listen, the Cowboys loved Micah Parsons enough to not pay him a top 10 pick. I know that, and they were okay with losing him if it meant 2 spots. So I don't even want to hear about, because this is the thing. If Jerry loves you, he wants you, he gets you. It's just what it is.
Right.
So the odd man out really is gonna be Micah Parsons. You want to know why? Because there is no rush on Micah Parsons. You have 5 years for Micah Parsons to be the god of linebackers. 5 years. And let's just be real. Micah Parsons has only been, it's actually 21. I want to be accurate when I talk. He's only played linebacker for 21 games because he was a running back in high school.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So when he got to Penn State, that's when they made that transition and he balled out. So he has 21 games of linebackering. He only has 18 games of playing a middle linebacker. I'm going to tell you this right here. The Dallas Cowboys are smart, and they're smart enough to know they're not going to put the 12th overall pick at a middle linebacker against Tom Brady. That's not happening.
But we gonna
I'm gonna tell you right now, Jalen. Listen to me.
Go ahead.
Like, I know that some people feel that because Jalen Smith missed a couple tackles, he was ranked 9th in missed tackles. Guess who was ranked 10th? That boy that's in Seattle, the Wagner guy. The Wagner guy was 10th in missed tackles, and Jalen was 9th? Yes, Google that, please. Yes, the Wagner guy. So that means that Jalen is 1% worse than Bobby Wagner. So I don't want to hear it. LVE is issue. This is the thing. There is no rush for him to play middle linebacker. And I'm telling you, in a 17-game season, starting out with Tom Brady, no, I want to highlight, you don't draft a middle linebacker at 12. Like, you don't, unless it's Khalil Mack. That position is not draftable at 10 unless it is Khalil Mack. You draft him at 10, and that's why he's been hanging out with DeMarcus Lawrence, because he's going to be rushing the passer. I'm going to tell you, what is the best way to get Micah Parsons going is to get him on the quarterback's butt. So what do? Bro, if you put him at middle linebacker, Micah Parsons has almost no impact on the game unless he is reading and reacting to plays. Man, you put him on the outside, and let him rush the quarterback. We're always going to be in a 4-3, 3-4 hybrid. All he got to do is either put his hand in the dirt or stand or drop back. That's the only thing you have to do to switch from a 3-4 to a 4-3. If they go on a 3-4, all Mike can do is go down, put his hand in the dirt. They want to go for a 4-3. All he does is put his hand in the dirt. Now he's the Leo. If the Cowboys want to go to a 3-4, he takes his hand out the dirt and he goes stand up. So that's why I believe that with Micah Parsons, I believe they're going to use him. This is crazy. They're going to use him like a slot receiver. A slot receiver's job is to find openings and to find mismatches and abuse them. That's why your slots are usually the most athletic guys, because they can do everything. You know what I'm saying? I think the Cowboys are gearing him up because, listen to me, the only way he's going to win Defensive Rookie of the Year is if he gets sacks. Bro, you're not going to win that at a middle linebacker. Tell me the last time a middle linebacker rookie won. I think it was Darius Leonard, and he's a monster. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I think what the Dallas Cowboys are getting ready to do, and this is I think it's a DeMarcus Ware in Denver. That's where I think they're going for with him. Now, in 2 years, do I see him moving the middle linebacker? Yes. But I'm sorry, bro. Unless your name is Ray Lewis, Lillard, or Khalil Mack, I do not feel comfortable with anybody, no rookie playing middle linebacker, the leader of my defense, calling plays, and remind you, he played 0 games in 2020. No, I'm sorry. Can't do it.
And this is why I love this, man, because we having a good conversation. My guy West Coast comes off the top turnbuckle, but it sounds crazy. But then I started thinking, well, damn, but I still don't feel that, bro. I feel like
because it's a misconception, because a lot of people mixing the 3-4 and the 4-3 and the 4-3 under.
Right.
So they're different.
Michael lets you play all of them though.
See, and this is the thing with that 4-3 under, like it came out like Gregory said he's gonna play Sam.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people imagine that from a 4-3 base defense, couldn't imagine it, right? Because they always saw him playing outside linebacker, right? Even in college, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they said, that must mean 3-4. No, it does not.
Right.
It's the 4-3 under where the Sam is a rusher. And a lot of people don't understand the principles of a 4-3 under, to where you'll still have 4 down linemen.
Right.
Because the down lineman is what determines if it's a 3 or 4.
Mm-hmm.
3-4, 4-3. It's the amount of down linemen.
Mm-hmm.
See what I'm saying? So you can be in a 4-3 under, right? Which I have 4 down linemen. Your Sam, which is still be outside tank,
right,
is still a rusher, which can then be either Parsons or Gregory.
Right.
So a lot of people don't understand that. So they like reading the tea leaves wrong. Because this is going to be a 4-3 defense, and I'm willing to bet anybody I'll take your money. Anytime you want me to take your money, I will take your money. I'm certain, because first of all, Dan Quinn ran the 4-3 defense for 10 years.
Right.
Yeah.
You telling me that he
let it go. Yeah, I get it, bro. I know. I be mad at them same dudes. Let it go. You gotta let it go. Boss been mad at these dudes for a minute ago.
No. I'm educating.
Boss been mad at them for a minute.
No, I'm educating people. It ain't about.
Hey, you gotta realize that they don't know football the way you do too, though.
Yeah, but that's why I'm trying to teach them.
Yeah,
it's like
go ahead, cook.
Yeah, because I'm teaching you, because it's the 3-4 is the 3 down linemen, 4 linebackers. We haven't even been talking with that type of terminology.
Nope.
We've been saying 1 tech, and have people been listening to Dan Quinn?
Mm-hmm.
He been talking about 3 tech and 1 tech and talking about the terminologies of a 4-3. Yep. Then Mike Fisher came in there and said, I don't care what nobody say. I've been at practice all day. I've been counting 4 down linemen.
Say it again, boss.
He said it. He said, I don't care what nobody say. I've been here all day. I've been counting 4 down linemen.
4.
Yeah, so that's what it is. Like, if you really reading the tea leaves correctly,
right,
what really happened is that Dan Quinn went out to smoke screen, i.e. Mike McCarthy, which is his style. And I appreciate that, but we got to use our common sense and say, okay, he's a 4-3 coach.
Right.
They also promoted George Edwards, who was also a 4-3 coach.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then people counting 4 down linemen. Then you seeing the principles of the 4-3 under with Leo, like Gregory playing Leo and Sam.
Right.
God damn, it's a 4-3.
It's obvious. It's
obvious. So, like, yeah, and you still might even see some 3-4. But if you think the main base of our defense is going to be a 3-4, you ain't paying attention.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you this too. If we are really switching, if we are going to be a base 3-4, LVE is signed.
Right.
LVE is signed because you need 4 linebackers.
Right.
Like, you need 4.
Right.
You can't even run a 3-4 without 4 linebackers.
And then Jerry said himself the biggest regret of the season. He said this
and the COVID season.
So the ultimate boss sitting up here telling you,
Gary, you could have just watched our show and we would have told you that.
Yeah,
Me and Boss Cowboy said verbatim. We said verbatim. It is okay to do it. You just can't do it this year.
Right. It was too early.
If you want to do it,
You didn't have the personnel for it, man.
You can't do it this year.
Right.
And think about this. You paid the defense. You paid DeMarcus. Like, if you're going to be to a 3-4, there's some stuff you got to do. One, you got to get rid of DeMarcus Lawrence's contract. You got to get rid of him. Because he does not – it makes no sense to pay DeMarcus Lawrence in a 3-4. That makes no sense. Man, like, as long as he's on this team and he's making $18 million, $20 million, you're always going to be a 4-3.
Man, you
Why?
need an
Because, bro, that's what you're paying the highest player to do.
What an organ
let me see. Go ahead, keep going. I got some.
Like, but you get what I'm saying? Like, that's what you're paying. Like, you're paying the highest player to do. And think about this: in a 3-4 defense, because let's just be real. Theoretically, DeMarcus Lawrence is supposed to be the best person on this defense. Theoretically. Pay-wise and skill-wise, he's supposed to be the best player.
So he's the one you're going to scheme around.
What defense benefits him?
Right.
A 4-3. His hand in his freaking dirt. Man. That's what benefits him. So that's why I say, if I will really know they're going through a 3-4 when I see DeMarcus Lawrence exit. Because when you're going to a 3-4, it's all about linebackers. Right. It's all about the linebackers. In a 3-4, and I'm going to tell you another little feeler. When you see multiple 330-pound defensive tackles come into Dallas. Not one. Multiple. Because one tells me that you're going to run a 3-4 sometimes.
Right. In the late.
But what happens if Quentin Bohannon get hurt? So now you can't run a 3-4?
Right.
You can't run a whole defense because you don't have – no. That tells me that you're going to run a 3-4 sometimes. I'm going to tell you guys, this is the biggest question I have about the defense. 3-4, 4-3, I don't give a damn. I'm going to tell you, this is the biggest question I have about the defense.
Right.
On obvious passing downs, are you leaving a linebacker on the field or are you swapping him out for a corner? That's what I really want to know.
It depends on the personnel. That's the answer.
Right.
Because that's where the question, that's where the switch is really going to come. Because because my question is this, and man, Jalen, my dog. But I'm going to say this.
He coming out.
This is what you're really hoping.
No, they're not
really hoping that Micah can cover, bro. You're hoping that he can cover.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
Because you're going to have Neil. Neil's going to be one of those guys, right? Neil's going to be one of those
guys. But you want your rookie, you want your 12th overall pick to stay on the field.
Right.
If he can cover, that's why everybody loves Jabril Cox.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because Jabril Cox can cover his butt off. I think a smart dude says you should move into safety. I'm okay with that because he'll play more. I think Jabril Cox would be okay with playing safety because he'll play more.
He can play safety.
But you get what I mean? Like, if
I got another guy we should move to safety, but that's no.
Listen, if Micah Parsons can cover, then guess what? It makes Keon O'Neal low-key expendable. He on a 1-year, $5 million deal. We didn't remember HaHa didn't make this team.
Nah, Keon O'Neal will be on the roster this year.
No doubt. He's the son.
Yeah, next year he'll be the bridge for Jabril Cox. I can see that. But yeah.
He gonna have to make his own destiny. He would have to win the crowd. He gonna have to blow it up. Or it's gonna go the way you said.
Yeah. For $5
he gonna be the bridge player if he don't make us fall in love with him. If he's just decent, a guy or just decent, he gotta explode some people early, and then he gotta be kind of that podium guy. Or he's gonna be like you said, exactly like you said.
Right. Yeah. I think like I said, 4-3 under. You're going to see some traces of 3-4 because, like you guys said, like we drafted Bohannon, but that wasn't a premium pick. We didn't spend premium value.
Let me be honest. I'm the most excited over that 4-3 under. Like I know we keep saying 3-4, 4-3.
Right.
Shit, that 4-3 under, that ain't just no What that's doing is putting 3 pass rushes on the field at the same time.
Yep.
And it's gonna let some of our linebackers and Parsons, Jalen do what they do best.
Right. And it fit our guys.
Yeah.
Like you can say a 4-3 under, but if you don't got a killer pass rusher like Parsons or Gregory,
it's not gonna work.
But you can interchange Gregory and Parsons and still bring brush with Tank.
Right.
My God, that's what I want to see.
And I'm gonna tell you the secret. I'm gonna tell you the secret to getting a rookie off to a good start is minimize his responsibility.
Facts.
I'm gonna tell you this right now. Week 1, I'm telling Micah Parsons, I'm gonna grab him by his first hell. Hit Tom Brady.
Yes.
Tom Brady.
Yeah, go.
Every time that you're on the field.
Yes.
Every time that you're on the field, the only responsibility you have is 12.
Yeah.
That's it.
Tom Brady.
Everybody else gonna do what they want to do.
Yeah.
Your only job is to hit 12.
Yeah,
hit them and we'll live with the penalties.
Right. Don't have them thinking, Will said, Wes.
Because then he'll mess around and get a play, get a snap, and now he going.
Right. Yeah, and then he's showing all the flash. Like
and to be honest with you, boss,
that's what he did at Penn State. That's where he made his money.
Yeah, that's why I'm kind of against him playing middle linebacker so quickly, bro. Because listen, middle linebacker, you're now playing. You're hot boxing with God, bro.
Yeah,
you're hot boxing with Tom.
Yeah,
Tom is gonna outsmart him, bro.
Right.
Yeah.
Like them calls gonna be all over
in my ear. I'm not trying to hear them cannons in my ear all night. Yeah, I agree, Wes. You can't put Micah at the Mike position out the gate. It's gonna be a slow play. So I think that's where really
put that green dot on that boy. I'm sorry.
Hey, out the gate.
Out the damn gate. Put the green dot on Mike.
This the year when we needed one of them kind of fluffer games to start the season off, man. But like we ain't got time for all that.
Hey, can I say something, boss? Yeah. Hey, boss, when training camp, when they first had the green dot, you got to remember that was in rookie minicamp because rookie minicamp is first. But when the veterans came in, he went right back on that sideline.
Right. No. The rumors that he was green dotting. He was green dotting.
I mean,
in veteran OTAs.
I mean, this is if the Cowboys drafted Micah Parsons to be a middle linebacker at 12, man, you should have let him. You could at middle linebacker. I think you could have probably got him at 15 then. You know what I'm saying? Because all them other teams had middle linebackers.
The person that they were saying wasn't leaving the field was Jalen. They say Jalen never left the field. If Jalen never left the field, he was either the middle or the Sam.
Yeah, Jalen. I think Jalen's going to be the middle. As much as Cowboys fans,
and it makes sense.
It makes sense. Like you can't. You just want Jalen to be back 2019. You cannot toss Micah Parsons out there at middle linebacker, and then Boss Man Fat at cornerback 2 against Tom Brady opening night. Like, bro,
everybody don't make no money.
I mean, my thing is this.
No, I'm not doing that.
Hey, because listen to the experience people are trying to put on the field. You're trying to put Diggs 12 games at this corner. Right. Trying to put Boss Man Fat on this corner who has 0 games.
Love it.
Trying to have Donovan Wilson who only started 6 games.
Right.
Love
then
it.
Your other safety, had a torn ACL last year.
KZ,
had a torn ACL. You're gonna put Micah Parsons in the middle linebacker.
Right on.
Last year, and then LVE only played 9 games last year. Then your defensive line, you got Quinn Bohannon who's a rookie. Bruh, that is a recipe for disaster.
See, but Wes, let me be a devil's advocate to your devil's advocacy, okay? So the good thing is that under my assumption of going back to a 4-3, we also know in the 4-3 that it's an easier system in terms of a one-gap system. So you can diagnose and hit your gap faster. Right. You're not 2-gapping, you're 1-gapping, which helps him.
Middle linebacker.
I do too. I do too. No, out the gate, I wouldn't be mad at that. Like just thinking like you guys in terms of what's the best way to transition. You do go out there, in my opinion, with Jalen first, but you be super open to make the switch if Parsons look like he's a fish in water at middle. You know what I mean?
I'll do that with Dak Prescott.
The person that rolls out, you're right. I think it should be Jalen, especially because I researched, because I was really digging into the defense. I was researching all the traits of a middle linebacker. It fit Jalen to a T, from leadership to durability, to all the things that you got to be a middle linebacker. Who it does not fit is LVE, and never did it fit.
Right. I agree.
Because he's not durable. Because you can't be a middle linebacker unless you're willing and able to go through car accidents every game, all game.
You're constantly in the trenches.
That's a collision position.
Right.
Every play. So it fit Jalen. Jalen, except for that freakish knee, never get hurt, bro. He never leave the field.
Right. Yeah. Hey,
he's been top percentage in snaps to the Cowboys since he's been playing. Since
it fit him. It does fit him. Middle fit him.
Guys, like I said, a lot of people knock Jalen for certain reasons. Okay, I get it. But as far as just a pure football player, he does what he needs to do in most cases. Like, he's reliable. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like Jalen is going to be that middle linebacker out the gate. You're going to have Micah Parsons, who I believe will be the Sam. You're going to have Keanu O'Neal kind of be the Will. And then when it comes down to passing downs, you can kind of rotate. So
they can roll out. I'm comfortable with right now. They can roll out with LVE before Neil, bro. It been a lot of noise on LVE, and he been talking. I put on armor, and I heard Quinn talking about how he's standing out, and the reporters been talking about him. He gonna at least get the first sponsors. He getting sponsorship, but I think he gonna get first deals. It's gonna be for him to lose it, bro.
Right. And I don't think LVE is the type of player where he's gonna give up his you're not gonna let him just come and take your spot. So LVE is gonna put up a fight during camp. It's just all gonna come down to possible injury. But you got to think about, does Neil have a tight relationship with Dan Quinn? I mean, they brought him in for a reason. So
and he's gonna play still. It's just gonna be in certain packages, you know what I mean? It's gonna be like, for instance, if it's his 3rd and long, right? You might roll out there with Neil because you trust him to cover better than LVE.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So if it's 3rd and short, you might keep on the base LVE on the weak side.
Right.
So both of them will go play. I think they go use them kind of like chess pieces, kind of like where if you fit here, we play you here.
Right.
But in this situation, we go with the other guy.
Right.
The only thing I want to know is, as long as we are not playing with more than 2 rookies, because Tom Brady had 2 rookies on his offensive defense and they won a Super Bowl. So I'm gonna tell you this: the Dallas Cowboys had 7 rookies playing last year, and we won 6 games. You know what I'm saying? The NFL is a grown man's game.
Grown man's game, bro.
This is a grown man's game, and children typically have to grow up before they can succeed in this grown man's game. Think about this: the greatest rookie that was in the 2020 class. How many games did Justin Herbert win? Exactly. So you could be the best rookie in your rookie class and still win. How many games? Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say this team has to, if we are in a situation where we are starting a very young team, or we have a lot of young guys on defense, then I'm not about to sit up here and try to be like, oh, I think I'm going to wish and hope they're going to get better. No, I'm going to hope that their experience, they get better, but they got to give up touchdowns to get experience. This is what it is. Right. So it goes all the way back to this right here. Look and listen to me. Jerry Jones said this. I'm going to actually tell y'all this right here, and y'all forgot this, so I'm going to bring this back to your attention. After they drafted Zeke Elliott, they said this. The second question after they talked about Ezekiel Elliott was his report. They said, Jerry Jones, what are you going to do about the defense? Everybody thought you were going to get the defense. And Jerry Jones said, well, I'm going to tell you this right here. The best defense is a great offense. And that's what Jerry Jones believes in.
And we still looking for a corner.
And so guess what? This is the thing, though.
We're still looking for a franchise corner. Still to
listen,
this day.
Listen to the thing, though. You don't gotta listen. If you don't have to have a franchise corner, because you have so many franchise guys on the offense. Like, we are in a position where our offense can cover, we're like the Green Bay Packers. Let's just be real. The Green Bay Packers defense has never been good, but their offense has always been good. You know what I'm saying? Like, their offense has always been good enough to get them where they wanted to go. Now, it didn't get them over the hump, but I'm okay with losing in the NFC Championship game a couple times to get to the Super Bowl. I'm okay. I get it. You know what I'm saying? But that's what Cowboy Nation needs to realize. Listen, we did not do enough in this draft class in 2021 to have a top 10 defense. Right. If it is because it is an accident. Somebody is playing. Because listen to me, the numbers do not make sense, bruh. Tell me a team that's talking about a dude, and Boss Man, you my dude, but a 2nd-round pick who got kicked out of school, who just dropped a hot mixtape, and that's our savior. Like, bruh, I'm goddamn Black Panther. This is your king. This is who we. And then we just talked about Anthony Brown. That's why I say, bro, and the best.
Nahshon Wright. Don't forget about Nahshon Wright.
Yes.
Don't forget about Reggie Robinson.
Wright. Praise the Lord for Nahshon Wright. If Nahshon Wright is, I'm gonna just listen.
Praise the Lord.
If Nahshon Wright is starting for the Dallas Cowboys his rookie year, it's gonna be a great thing for him. But us as fans, we need to know that the check engine light is on like a mug. That mug is blinking, because there is no way Nahshon Wright should be starting for the Dallas Cowboys, unless every scout in America just missed. And that typically don't happen, man. Cowboys, that's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping that that the Cowboys staff figures it out by Tuck. What day you getting out here to camp?
The 30th.
The 28th. The 30th.
Yeah.
Lord, by the 30th, let them know if these dudes suck as they good.
But listen, we ain't got no options though. At that point, it's too late now.
No, because other people gonna get getting cut too. Other folks gonna be getting cut too.
For a reason.
Because you were single for a reason before your lady got for you. We ain't gonna bring it up. You know what I'm saying? We was all single for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Like we did all, hey, we did all got, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah, I feel you, man. Like like Rika just said, we didn't do the right thing in free agency, so this is the best we got. We're gonna have to make it work, you know. And it is what it is. Y'all guys,
we better than what we think, bro. We are much better than what we think.
I believe we are too, boss. Because think about this, boss. We always end up being better than what we think.
Regardless what we think, we're better than what we think. But I slide with West. The only reason why I'm poking my chest out and going to these games and going to Tampa is because of this offense. Like that's the reason why. It's
Wait a minute.
I can my confidence when it comes to the Dallas Cowboys is strictly because I got my quarterback back. I got my running back who's looking sleek and healthy. I get my offensive line back. I got Amari Cooper and CeeDee Lamb and Michael Gallup. That's why I talk with my chest out. It's going to be a shootout until this defense figures it out. I feel like, bro, we are not going to see this defense.
Keep them off the field. No,
yeah,
just keep them off the field.
Keep them off the field. And go with the hat, Wes. I said this. If we got to go back to Jason Garrett style of football versus Tampa and just run the ball, keep our defense off the field, and just get out with the win, I'm okay with that. But I feel like this defense is not going to be what a lot of people think it is out the gate. I just don't.
In order to get in the shut. This is as long as the defense. This is my thing. If the defense can continue its trend of getting turnovers like we were doing, we got like 16 turnovers in the last like 7 games or something like that. Something crazy,
right?
You know what I'm saying? So if we can continue that and build on that, then man, my defense can be top. They can, as long as my defense is like I don't really care about the overall defense. It's just two things we got to be good at: stopping the run and getting turnovers. If we get stopped, if we're like top 10 in stopping the run, then all that other stuff I don't care about. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just whatever.
But,
you know what I'm saying?
But here's my concern with that, Wes. Because last year,
this Debbie Downer stuff
I'm just talking about the defense.
I'm talking
about the defense, though. Like I said,
I know, but I gotta jump in
because I feel like what happened last year, the secondary got stalled out because teams didn't have to throw the ball against us. I feel like the run defense is naturally going to improve, but teams are going to sit back and say, all right, let's just air these guys out. You know what I'm saying? And that's what's really going to happen. So if we're not able to get a pressure up front, bro, they are going to air us out. And we got killers.
I want that, though. I want to tell you why I want that.
Because we got weapons, too.
No, not even because we have weapons. It's because of this. If I want DeMarcus Lawrence to get sacks. I want Randy Gregory to get sacks. And the only way they're going to get sacks is if the opposing quarterback is attempting more passing plays. Right. So I would have rather had Baker Mayfield throw 40 times than for them to give the ball to Chug and Hunt 26 times because it ended up being that run that was kicking our butt. Honestly, this is just what I want. I want teams to feel more comfortable passing on us than running. Because listen, you can't win a game if a team is running on you whenever they want to run on you, you are not going to win that game.
Right.
Teams can throw on you all day and you can still pull a win out. Man, I mean, Atlanta threw the hell on us and we still figured out a way. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because you got to remember, when you're throwing the ball, you know what you're doing? You're stopping the clock. Atlanta, with all that throwing the ball, you know what they did? They left Dak a whole lot of time to come back and get us in that game.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say, like, you know, teams cannot on first down, they cannot be getting 4 to 5 yards, bro. Right. You cannot let that happen. They cannot, because that means second down is 2nd and 5 and third down is like 3rd and 2. Bro, my defense we can't do that.
Go ahead, boss.
All right. I want to make a case for the defense. Okay. So under Rob Marinelli, we was a top 10 defense. It was artificial because we was a running team, though. Right. You know what I mean? So they was expecting it. Yeah, and we didn't have as many series, so it artificially made us top 10, but we were still yet top 10. Right. And so when we look at Rod, right, and you compare Rod's philosophies to Dan Quinn, what is the biggest difference? Dan Quinn heavily invested into the interior.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So when have we ever had a Bohanna under Rod? When have we ever had a
Who is a Bohanna? Who is he? He's a 6th round pick.
But I'm saying size-wise, like
fat nasty or big.
We never acquired a fat nasty.
Terry Poe was the fat and nasty and didn't do nothing but be Poe.
Let me say that again. We never had under Rod, never. And then that wasn't Rod. That was Mike Nolan.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
this is the thing. Rod is not here.
That was a refurbished. That was a refurbished, man. He didn't buy. You know what I'm saying?
So Rod was getting them cheapos. You know what I mean?
Rod is a real coach, though. Rod is.
That's what I'm saying.
So
but I was just talking about the investment in terms of personnel. That's one. Then two, I'm looking at the fact that we got people on contract years like Gregory, right, who has a full offseason now, who's going to be, in my opinion, similar to what Quinn was when we acquired him from Miami. Right. So you go get turned up from that side. Plus, because you invested into that interior, you got Tristan Hill going into year 3, you got Gallimore going into year 2. That's going to take a lot of double teams off Tank. Knowing that we're going to be in a 4-3, that also mean, this is why I'm bullish on the defense. Tank's best years is under that 4-3 with his hand in the ground. We brought on Brandon Tucker, had a major discussion on how going to that 3-4 really took away from his explosion and that first step by taking his hand out the ground, his hand back in the ground. So I'm super bullish on that. Plus, also going back to that 4-3 made them a one-gap system, meaning they're going to be able to diagnose and snuff out plays faster. And you got the people that can actually take on the doubles, which is going to hurt the guards from getting to that second level, meaning better linebacker play.
Can I raise my hand, please? I got to raise my hand.
No.
Everything that you said right now is under the assumption, and this is a true fact. Everything that you said right now is under the assumption that the one technique and your D tackle is balling.
Yeah, that's a good assumption.
That is not happening.
Yeah,
I'm gonna just tell you this right here. I'm gonna just happen right here.
But why is that not a good assumption?
Has not shown me anything to make me feel like he is going to take. Hold up, because bro, listen. The only way the only way a defense is not going to double tech DeMarcus Lawrence is if they feel there is a greater threat. That means you have to have a greater threat. Who on this defensive line is going to pose a greater threat than DeMarcus Lawrence? That's why DeMarcus Lawrence right now can't not get double teamed. You want to know why? Because nobody on the defensive line is creating enough havoc to do that. The only year where it really truly happened was with Robert Quinn. And guess who was that D tackle beside him? Malik Collins. Malik Collins also had his best year too. So that's what I'm saying. DeMarcus Lawrence is only going to be as good as the D tackle beside him.
But you're going to have
because if they don't care about you. They're not going to.
You got Gallimore, you got
and you can't be doing all that double teaming because of the reasons that boss mentioned earlier with these linebackers flowing, with you got Parsons now. So now you think about it, when you come out from an offensive standpoint, you got to look at, okay, now it's DeMarcus Lawrence. Like last year, D-Law was the only true threat. But now you got DeMarcus Lawrence. Well, damn.
Parsons.
But now you got Randy Gregory over here. And damn, you got this young kid over here moving around in Parsons. And then you got Jalen. Now you got to start scheming a lot differently.
Irvin can push the pocket.
Right. And that all sounds good from Cowboy fans' perspective.
I'm saying because we know all these players. Like I'm saying.
Everybody that you just said right now outside looking into are players that are rebounding. They're looking for Jalen Smith to have a rebound year from last year, and they're looking for Randy Gregory to even have a season because he hasn't had a season in almost 18 months. So that's why I said from the perspective of a Cowboy fan, I can see how we're going to create this. But let's just be real. Tom Brady said, man, I'm so excited about playing America's team. And he's also the same guy that said a week later that when DBs are trash, he'll tell them in the media, oh, man, the good job, the DBs are good. Meaning he's going to say the opposite of what he really believes. Man, Tom Brady is chopping at the bit to open up the Dallas Cowboys season on America's TV on third night, the only game on with only 3 dudes on that defense that have played longer than 3 years and almost 4 dudes that are between 1 year and 2 years. I'm sorry, guys. In today's NFL, that does not work. But now we can hope that it works in a couple years, but I'm going to be honest with you, right out the gate, that doesn't work. Tristan Hill's coming back from an ACL. And let's remember, Tristan Hill has never been great at the run. Tristan Hill and Neville Gallimore shown greatness against the pass. They were on that same defense that was ranked 31st. against the run.
But Tristan Hill was flashing last year, and Devil Gallimore
was.
Against the pass, though. But
Yes,
it wasn't
he
against the
was.
run.
But
He wasn't flashing against the run.
But here's the thing, Wes. Like, even though Tristan Hill was flashing last year, Gallimore wasn't getting those reps until the injury with Hill. Like,
why do we?
And he greatly flashed.
Right, he was flat. Like, I tweeted yesterday when I was watching. I tweeted yesterday when I was watching that Falcons game. I was like, bro, Tristan Hill's a goon, bro. Like, I think Dan Quinn, once he gets to kind of watch Tristan Hill, he's gonna be like, man, I want this in my locker room, because he was a full-blooded goon last year, bro. Like,
going into year 3, I'm betting on that, bro.
As long as everything clears up with the knee injury, I feel like Dan Quinn is gonna like what Tristan Hill brings to this team.
This is
my thing. This is my thing, right?
Then you add on Brent Urban, you know what I'm saying, at the one tech. Now you're getting a lot better in the interior, bro. It's going to create a lot of pressure because the quarterback can't step up. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what happened. Last year, Gregory, D-Law come off the edge, quarterback just steps up, goes right up the seam. Right? You're not going to be able to do that when you have an Urban up there creating pressure in the interior, right? So I feel like the pass rush is going to be a lot better. And like I said, you got to worry about those 3 monsters around there moving all around. Who's the Mike?
Yes,
we're sitting here trying to guess the Mike.
If you have not stopped them, listen to me. But this is the thing, though. Listen, flashes is not 17 games. Like, and also everybody that you just named right now is also we're in backup positions. So I'm gonna ask you this: which is easier to take, a 10-question test or a 100-question test? See, Tristan Hill, they've been taking 10-question tests where they only got to play 9 plays a game, 12, 13 plays a game. Anybody can flash in 12, 13 plays a game. Bro, you are now going to be the guy that's going to be playing 40, 50 snaps.
But that's not going to be the case because he doesn't have to anymore due to what we did in the draft.
He is.
No, because we're bringing in. We got Golston. We also brought O.C. Digger, Azua. Like, we got some guys in rotation with 17 games. We got some extra bodies to toss in there.
Though? Are they good?
Yeah, we go see though. Like, bro, like, you know what I'm saying?
Right now. Hey, listen, I got hot boys behind my thing. Y'all know I rock for these defense.
So what are you doing?
I was
supposed to be the Debbie Downer for the defense, bro. Like, you got me fired up.
No. I'm not Debbie Downing. You know what I'm doing? It's July 18th, 2021. I don't got to lie to myself, and I ain't got to buy the lie. I can just speak what I currently see, and I'm hoping that next Wednesday that they will change my mind.
They gonna change it, Wes.
Listen to me. As of right now, and think about this, we're also saying Tristan Hill's in his 3rd year, and we're still hoping for production. That means you didn't see it last year.
Well, that's expected, though. We both been saying for years that it take about year 3.
Yes, but he hasn't played 3 full years. He's been injured every single year.
Yeah, but then we make that case more so because we be waiting on these guys to kind of catch up to their grown man bodies. That's really why we always made that case.
If you're not playing, you don't get that luxury of growing.
Yes,
if
you
you're
do.
Not actually,
you get it. See, you listen, this is how I know you get it, because Wes, I ain't gonna tell him your age, but you stronger right now than you when you was 21 and you ain't did shit. You know what I'm saying?
No. I ain't gonna lie. I disagree with that.
Okay. I know you've been doing push-ups when you was in the military, but you know what I'm saying by that. Your grown man weight, you did nothing for. Your grown man strength, you've done nothing but down sisters, man.
He's not a grown man, though. He's not mature. Like last year, bro, listen, his technique needs to be refined. That's why they still be calling him for that alligator roll. Look at Tristan needs to get with someone who will teach him how to do an alligator roll where he won't get caught doing an alligator roll. He still has brain farts like that.
But who else on our defense was doing an alligator roll, though? Like I was saying, he's a goon.
And Gallimore, this is the other thing, Tuck. Gallimore gonna be playing a 3-tech this year. He was playing like more of the middle than the 1. He was out of position last year and still balled.
So you know what that means? That means, you know what I just heard? I just heard that you're dropping a guy in his 1st year in a first brand new position. See, we both see things differently. We both look through the bars. You see bars, I see stars.
Right.
You just said that, oh, guess what? Now he has 1 year and now he was out of position. You know what I just heard? I heard a guy that now has to learn a whole nother position in football while people are trying to run on him. This is what you got to understand.
But how much?
The tape said.
But how much are you going to credit last year's fault to the scheme? Because we all could agree, I think, that the scheme last year was a poorly bad scheme.
Yes, but let me tell you, though, this is the downfall. We didn't keep those players. If we would have kept those players, then I could be like, yes, all we got to do is change the scheme, and then those same players will go back to acting the same way. We got new players, too. So I got to hope that the scheme and the players match. That is a lot to ask for in year one. That's why I'm asking for my offense to just run the football and just keep the here.
I'm about to get these air that thing out hats, man, because we about to air.
And we're gonna lose games. Congratulations, we're gonna lose games. And we'll win 7 games. There hasn't been a quarterback. There has never been a quarterback. Like, answer this question. When was the last time a quarterback won a Super Bowl with 6,000 yards?
Stop.
Never.
Bro. Nobody even never.
So what was the pass to run ratio last year for Tampa though?
Huh?
The pass to run ratio last year for Tampa.
Listen, J-Tuck, you got to remember. Look, J-Tuck, listen to me, right? We're not gonna compare. I'm not gonna compare my wife's cooking. You're not gonna compare your wife's cooking. But I'm saying the past. Talk about what works for you.
I'm saying the past few Super Bowl winners, they were more primarily in the pass game. Like the game has kind of transitioned.
Yes, because
I can't fight with that one.
But listen to me. But I'm gonna tell you this. Guess what those teams also did though? Kansas City, after they won the Super Bowl, you know what they invested in their first round pick? A running back. And then you know what they did after they got that running back? They signed Le'Veon Bell. What did Tampa Bay do? Tampa Bay was on a 3-game losing streak. You know what they did? They signed Leonard Fournette. They were on a 3-game They were on a 3-game losing streak. They signed Leonard Fournette. I'm not saying Leonard Fournette's everything is history, but let's just be real. It was Leonard Fournette that broke that game open. Just like it was Damian Williams who broke that Super Bowl game open.
Right, but that wasn't the horse that got them there. It was just the opportunity.
Yes, but you know what? There are a lot of horses that get there. Horses get there every year, but nobody gets a second place trophy. We want to know what did you use to win?
I'll take a second place trophy.
And think about this stuff. If your wife makes, say your lady makes a mean steak. Your wife makes a mean steak, and guess what? You have a bunch of cows out there. Guess what? We don't got no cows out here.
We do.
So how can I? Listen. Bro, we have Ezekiel Elliott. They don't have a 4th overall pick running back. Like they don't have 3 offensive lines that are all paid and looked at as top in their league either. So that's what I'm saying. They have to pass the ball. I promise you, if Patrick Mahomes has Zeke, he's running the ball, bro. Look at like that's what the smart teams are doing. Like, you don't want your quarterback to have to throw the ball 40 times. You do that out of necessity. But that is not a series of winning. The last time a quarterback threw for 5,800 yards, they lost in the Super Bowl. Just keeping it real with you. So that's what I'm saying. Everybody's saying Dak gotta have 1,000. No, we don't, man. Don't even put that pressure on Dak. Yes, Dak can do it, but I want Dak. Imagine if Dak was taking a 10-question test. Dak would be looked at as the best quarterback to ever do it. Because you want to know why? Because in 2016, Dak was taking a 10-question test, and they almost made that boy the rookie. Dak almost won the MVP of the league.
He actually was in the running.
The MVP of the league.
He was in the running until that Giants loss. He was in the MVP running. He sure was.
Like Dak, and guess what? Dak was only throwing. He was like they were minimizing. What he was doing.
It was very managing games. It was management game plans. And see, this is why I vacillate on running the damn ball versus throwing versus adaptable. It's because, man, you can't lie though. Boring football win, brother.
Yeah, dude. And we was blowing folks out. We was blowing folks out. How boring was it?
Okay. So the example is basically the 90s Cowboys. Shit, we didn't gotta even talk about, because it's obvious with Zeke and Dak when they first came out in 2016. But go look at the 90s. You see the highlights of Irvin and you'll think that they was, going for like thousands of yards. They numbers was all kind of mediocre because we was a running team. But we was wearing teams out.
But we also had elite defense too, though.
That's true, but you said give an example.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm just giving you an example to where it was boring in terms of everybody eating, right? But it was effective as hell. And that's just speaking on our offense. I can't take away from how great our defense was. You're right. You can't take away from that. Right. But you also can't take away from how efficient. And when you a running team, this is the thing about West Coast running the ball philosophy that I fully stand with. If you can fully like run the ball on a team and they know you running the ball, that's also the most demoralizing aspect.
It breaks the spirit. Because it broke our spirit last year.
I know that from playing defense, bro.
Right.
Watching our games, bro.
Yeah,
how many games have you watched it? Hey, Tuck, boss, real quick. As bloggers, how many times have you been watching games from the Dallas Cowboys and seeing teams win, just run the ball as much as they want?
The Browns last year, bro. Like, I still remember coming that Browns game last year.
You think about to get in the back of your head, you're like, we're going to lose this game.
Right.
You're already thinking the second quarter.
They broke my spirit last year, bro, with Dearness Johnson. Just running the ball down our throat. You know what I'm saying?
Chubb gone. They down to their 4-string running, and they still running
the ball.
So and the reason why they was loafing, it really because they wasn't lazy. It was just because they was demoralized and beat up.
Right.
And you embarrass your girlfriend, your baby mama, everybody that's close to you watching you get handled out there.
Right.
And then there's nothing you can do about it. You really want to get in the locker rooms.
Right.
That's the benefit of the run the ball philosophy, other than just wins, because wins is a major factor of it. But it's also establishing, to West Coast point, this is why I'm rocking with them a little bit on that running down ball. It establishes physicality. It establishes a mentality. Right. So even if it's early, it's almost like Mike Tyson coming out there. I know I'm getting ready to hit you in your arms. I'm not, but you go feel it. Whatever I hit right now, you go feel it. That's where I kind of lean on.
Because, boss, think about this. Passing is like a headshot. Running the ball, them is like body shots.
Yes, body shots.
You ask a boxer, like, he probably got knocked out in his head, but if you ask him what punches he remember, them ones that hit him in his kidney.
Ribs.
The ones that hit him in his rib.
Yeah, this the
You know what I'm saying?
Now
that's what's gonna have you bleeding on the inside.
Versus Temple.
I'm running the damn ball hat to Tampa, bro.
Because Stu is sitting there with Vita Vea, bro. You know what I'm saying? That might not be the one that where we just kind of go for them body shots. I'd rather take them head shots against that weak ass secondary.
Right.
Because
that's the only option. Yeah. I mean,
to me, that's where I'm on adaptable.
But let me tell you. But I'm gonna tell you something too, though. This is the thing. This is what Cowboys have to understand too. Our best identity is running the football. Like, we have more all-pros, more guys viewed because Zeke Elliott, Tyron Smith, Zach Martin, Leo Collins, those 4 guys outweigh Dak, Cooper, and CeeDee Lamb and Jarwin. Those 4 guys are better than those. Dak can only do so much. You know what I'm saying? Those guys are great within themselves. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say, like, and it's like this. When we had Emmitt Smith, the amount of attempts he had, teams knew that we were running the ball.
Right.
We just have to be effective running the ball. Right. And something else that we have to do too, your running back has to score touchdowns. Like, if you go look at Emmitt Smith, any season that we were over 20 touchdowns for Emmitt Smith, bro, we were in the NFC Championship game or we was in a Super Bowl, period. That's why my new hat that's about to drop is 20. It go just like this. It go 21 for 21 in 21. And it goes, and the reason behind that is Ezekiel Elliott should have 21 rushing touchdowns. I'm gonna tell you this right now. If Ezekiel Elliott has 21 rushing touchdowns in an NFL season, you will have a ring on your finger. Now, people are like, that's a lot of touchdowns. No, it's really not. You're gonna have 17. It's not, though. Think about this, boss.
I mean,
but listen to this. Listen to this. Can I ask you a question? Do you think that Zeke could get at least 1 touchdown in every NFL game that he plays in this year if we go to the Super Bowl?
It's possible, for sure.
You have 20 touchdowns right there. You have 20 touchdowns right there.
I'm with you. That's 20. But it's still a lot, bro. It's still a lot.
It is a lot, but think about the mindset. All you're asking Zeke to do.
Because it's been done.
Right. You're asking if Kellen Moore, can you get Zeke in the end zone at least 1? Because my question is this. Last year, we lost 9 games by less than 6 points, man.
Well, I tell you how.
So that extra rushing touchdown wins your game.
Because the passing game gonna get us down in the red zone. Then you know what I'm saying? Like,
yes. And think about this. And what if you get Zeke to the point where teams are afraid of Zeke scoring in the red zone? Then Dak ain't got to throw in the red zone.
Right. So I agree. That's where Zeke needs to touch the ball a lot more in the red zone. But there was some games last year. I just watched, like I said, I watched the Atlanta game yesterday. He was getting stuffed in the red zone. Because remember in the Atlanta game, right? Dak had to come out. I think it was like, something with his head. Andy Dalton come in. first thing Kellen Moore do is a pass. You know what I'm saying? Incomplete pass. Like, and they try to get the ball to Zeke.
Throw a pass with your backup quarterback. First play.
Very first play. Andy Dalton. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, here we go with this. And then Zeke got stopped short. He thought he got in for a touchdown. He was short. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be up to Zeke to get into the end zone. But the red zone is where we really got to fix things, because that's where Kellen Moore always struck. He always gets too damn cute. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I agree, run the damn ball to an extent. It just has to be a perfect balance and just be effective, as you said, bro. So it's like, but 21 touchdowns with 1,500 yards, that's MVP conversation.
Hey, they give up this, though.
No doubt.
Zeke can actually get, this is what I'm going to tell you guys. Zeke can actually get 1,100 yards. I'm okay with 1,100 yards.
Right.
1,100 yards puts him at about no less than 89 yards a game. If Zeke Elliott gives me 90 yards a game with one touchdown every game in 2007 to 2021, bro, you are going to have way more wins than losses. Right. And it makes sense. You want to know why? Because the Cowboys, we're a bad team, but we're not a bad team that's losing by 50.
Right.
We're not that team. We're losing games by 3.
Because of our passing game.
No, not even. No. It's not even really about the passing game, because what people forget is in the Atlanta game, we actually ran 11 times in the first half and ran 13 times in the second half. So we did run the ball when we were down. But at the end of the day, this is the reason. I'm gonna tell you, the reason why we're losing by 3 and not 40 is because of DAK. Right. Dude, that boy don't quit, man.
Right.
He does not quit. So if you know he don't quit, if you know Dak is going to do his best to keep you in a game, try to use Zeke to get him a touch. Man, if Zeke can get you at least one rushing touchdown in the first half of every game, bro, then guess what? Dak isn't down so much. I want to get Dak in a position like Patrick Mahomes. Guess how many comebacks Patrick Mahomes had? Patrick Mahomes has 6. You know how many Dak has? 16. Right. We need to get this switched. Imagine if Dak was in Patrick Mahomes' position where he's up by 10 points, 9 points going into the fourth. Almost every game Dak played, he down going into the fourth quarter. That's why I say he worth every dollar, and I'll fight you in the street over it.
Facts,
every
man.
dollar.
But hey, man, my guys, I don't want to keep you all night. I appreciate you, man. So before I let you go, man, definitely tell everybody where they can find you. So, boss, I'm going to start with you, man. Let everybody know where they can find you at, my guy.
Yeah, man, Boss Cowboy Sports, and we got a special guest coming in, Everson Walls, on Tuesday. So I got lucky and was able to book him, met him at the airport, just hit it off. So y'all make sure y'all come back for that. Boss Cowboy Sports on YouTube. We just hit 1,000 also. So thank you, everybody. Yeah, because I remember when you hit your 1,000, man. You know, West Coast over
hard, bro. Like,
man, that first 1,000, like, God damn. But yeah, but now that we here, man, it's on to bigger and better things where I can, you know, be like my brother Jay Tuck. So yeah, Boss Cowboy Sports on YouTube as well as Facebook, and then we check me out on Twitter, which is also Boss Cowboy Sport. We got a lot of activity on Twitter as well. So yeah.
West, tell them they can find you at, my guy. They should already know.
Man, anywhere on Facebook, social media, just type in West Coast Cowboy and you'll see me right there chilling like a mug with an RTB, run the damn ball hat on.
He got the hashtag RTB. It's all right, bro.
Hey, you got to, man. Hey, and I'm going to tell you, and the last thing I'm going to say, man, I know Cowboy fans ain't going to like it, but I love it. But I'm going to tell you this, man. We run the ball. We're going to run you right to a Super Bowl. And then there, when you get to the Super Bowl, you don't give a damn how you got there.
Right. That's
you
right.
Understand?
I don't care how we get there. Just get there, man. So it is what it is. Yeah, and of course, everyone watching the channel, man, I appreciate all the support. Everybody in the chat who kept things lit, man. You can find me on Cowboys Fans Only on my YouTube channel. Also follow me on Twitter at JTuck151. And like I said, go to CowboysFansOnly.com. Use the code CFO Gang, man. I just uploaded a whole bunch of new merch, man. So definitely go check that out. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Like I said, I had to bring my bros on. We headed to Oxnard, y'all. The season has finally begun. We got there, and here it is, man. But I need the secondary to emerge, y'all. I feel more confident about that front seven. The secondary, not so much.
Can y'all believe we here, bro?
We here, bro.
Yeah, we here. How about this? How about this? Everybody for 2021 play like they getting paid. You know what I'm saying? Right. That's all I'm asking. Pay like you getting paid. And if that's the case, I should see more offense than defense, because I'm gonna turn into a Karen. If I see the defense too much, I'm turning into a Karen. I'm gonna have a wig on and everything. Excuse me, can I talk to your manager? This is not what I paid for. This is not what I paid for. I paid to see 21 and 8 in 88. Like I said, this is not what I paid for.
I think we're gonna see Zeke. I think I said also Tony Pollard, man. It's just being more effective how we do it. Cause like just come out, running the ball on first down and getting 2 yards. Like that's not going to be the move, man. I don't think that's.
I don't think we go see that.
Y'all didn't. We didn't talk about backup.
What did you say?
We're not going to see Zeke.
Can I ask a question?
You're not going to see Zeke.
Are we all assuming Dak's going to play 17 games? Because if we are, we ain't never got to bring up backup quarterback. But if there's a 1% chance, y'all might want to have a conversation about that. But I'm just saying, I don't know. Boss, let's go through. I'm asking, Boss, you think Dak gonna play 17 games?
Hell yeah, bro. Come on.
Doug?
Man, I don't know. But
you need to talk about it, Doug. You need to talk about it.
But I want to.
It's no doubt that
I want to back
play
up quarterback.
17+ games.
I want to back up quarterback.
Hold up.
And I'm good with our backup.
I said this yesterday. I said I was watching reruns of the game. Even when Dak took off the run against the Falcons, I was still getting nervous. Like I'm not prepared to watch that yet. Like I'm saying.
Answer the question, J Tuck. Do you think he plays 17 games?
Yeah, yes. I'm saying it. I'm not putting nothing else in the air. Yeah, he does play 17 games, but I want to back up.
No doubt.
Okay, so what are your thoughts on backup before we get out of it? What are your thoughts on the backup then? Because that means you have to have a solution then. That's why
I don't have a solution now because everyone's pretty much dried up. I mean, only name I can really think about is maybe RG3 still out there. But I mean, is that really gonna do it? You know what I'm saying? Like, I wish Andy Dalton would have stayed put, especially after them getting Justin Fields. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, the Cowboys could have signed him to a 2-year deal instead of like the Cowboys got to get away with this one-year deal. Gotta prove it. You got to prove it. I'm gonna marry you. This is the Cowboys. They basically tell people we're gonna marry you for 1 year, and if I love you, I'll marry you again. Like, bruh, you don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what me and Boss, remember we used to always tell that? Like, bro, your team is always going to be changing. You got 25 and 26 1-year contracts, bro.
Right. Yeah. So I don't know. Because, I mean,
that's because we love those comp picks, man.
Right. Comp picks, yeah.
Stephen Jones, he's so budget conscious, and he always trying to figure out a way to get cheaper. And once you get those. Yeah, so cap and comp is his kryptonite. Yeah. But, it's one of those things to where I'm definitely bullish on the defense. I want to end with that. I'm very bullish on the defense. I think partially because it's just the still defensive pride in me, bro.
Right.
I see the moves they doing, and I think they go come through, bro. I think they go shock the world.
I think for me, to be honest with you, Boss, I just gotta see it. I gotta see Boss Man for myself. I gotta see Nashawn Wright for myself. You know what I'm saying? And once I see it, I can buy into it. You know what I'm saying? But just last year, which is so bad, bro. And it's like,
but it was bad for being able to stop the run.
Last year, think about this.
And then the people you concerned about,
is there anything? Let me just say real quick.
Corner.
Yeah.
What was getting us torched was safety, not corner.
Well, yeah, I mean, we didn't dive into the safety. Like, I just gave up on the safety position. That's why I didn't even bring it up tonight. Because I'm saying, like, we got KZ. If something happens to him, we got to hold the field.
We're going to have 2 free safeties.
So, I mean, Mukamara,
you're going to have 2 free safeties.
You know what I'm saying? My idea is toss Boss Man back to safety. That's where I'm going with it. But, you know what I'm saying?
I ain't mad at it.
Yeah.
I mean, get your 5 on the field. I mean, I'm always open to creativity, man. I never knock that.
Right.
And then also, man, obviously Cox. I don't want to call him a safety no more.
Right.
I'm gonna just
man, but why not? I mean, if you
because people get caught up in bullshit. Like, more so, we need him to be out there covering. Because then when you say safety, people start like arguing over dumb shit. Like,
Boss, I'm gonna ask you a question. If you was talking to Jabril Cox and you told him, look, this is what we're gonna do. You could play some special teams and you could play about 6 plays a game, right? Run around in circles because most of the time the ball go through the upright anyway, so you ain't really gonna get hit nobody. Or you could actually go out there and play some linebacker, and you want to try that safety. Why? Because we don't really have our best. Think about this: the best strong safety on this team plays linebacker. Keanu Neal still is probably the best safety on this team. That's the reason why I be thinking and I'm not to open this conversation back up again, but that's how I really be knowing that it's politics. Because if someone knew better, we'd be like, look, Keanu Neal, I know you want to play linebacker, but you are the best safety on this team. So until we get a safety that is better than you, you're going to have to play safety. Because you're not going to tell me that.
Because of Donovan Wilson. Right.
Well, let them both play. Because my question is this. I think that Jabril Cox is a better linebacker than Keanu Neal is a linebacker. Like, I would actually believe that Jabril Cox, who's been a linebacker, is going to be better than a guy trying to play linebacker. I would rather just go with Jabril Cox. Like, to be honest with you, it makes more sense. It just makes more sense. You know what I'm saying? It just makes more sense.
But you couldn't play Neal at the free So you gonna push Donovan Wilson back to the free?
No, listen. We're gonna have 2 free safeties anyway.
You actually could push him back to the free.
You gonna play Neal at the free?
KZ is a former corner. KZ is a former corner. He came in the league as a corner.
Right.
So it's like theoretically, you're gonna have 2 free safeties anyway. Like we're not gonna have our true strong safety is really gonna be Micah Parsons. He's gonna play the strong safety in the box position. But who is gonna be your strong safety? Who?
Yeah, I mean
Darian Thompson. You don't have. That's why I'm so.
Donovan Wilson.
But he ain't no man. He is not no strong safety.
And in a single high cover 3, you gonna put Keanu Neal back there to cover all that space balls?
I don't want neither one of them back there to be honest. You know what I'm saying?
I'll put it like this. We'll see. We talk about safety now.
All right, let's go ahead and cook, man. You got time?
All right, I'm cool. I can
we
talk.
all just gave up on safety because we know the Cowboys really don't give a damn. Y'all know that, right?
Right.
First of all, I'm high on Curse. Kazi is an upgrade to Xavier Woods, so I feel safe there. Donovan Wilson actually played more free safety snaps than he did strong, So I'm comfortable if he can play interchangeable and then you end up having a better strong, maybe by moving Curse to the strong. We got some flexibility back there to work. I heard somebody say the whole secondary got Cook. I disagree. Safeties got Cook way more last year, especially in clutch situations than the corners. And if you look at the one who had probably the biggest plays made on him, it was actually Diggs, the one we high on the most, So you can't really tell me where.
Why do people give him pass? Because there's never a coverage where a corner is going to be by himself running down the field.
Yeah.
If you don't know that, let me just let you guys know there is never a defense in the face of the earth that is going to have a corner running by himself chasing a wide receiver. There's no coverage. So, yes, there was supposed to be a safety there. Where was he? Who knows?
Right. That's why you always see all the pointing after.
like the big touchdowns, like the DK Metcalf touchdowns, those, even if Diggs gets beat, they're supposed to be a safety that's deep as man deep. Right. Like, no matter how far he runs, you run further. That's basic defense. Where was your safety at? I don't know. Who's coaching them dudes? That's a good question. Who is coaching? Is that Al Harris?
No, my boy that just came from Atlanta. I don't know why is
it's not Witt, is it?
Witt?
Yes, Witt. Yeah, he's
okay.
Because Al coached the corner.
Safeties, or is he coaching?
He coaching.
He have a separate coach or no?
He's the defensive pass game coordinator, meaning he's coaching the safeties
and the corners.
But he's gonna be in the safety room.
So, okay. And Al Harris
gonna be in the corner room.
Okay.
Yeah. But Joe was kind of like over all of it, over them, But when they break off to their meeting rooms, it's gonna likely be Joe Witt.
Yeah, because our safeties need a coach for them.
Right.
No, I agree.
The blown coverages and assignments that we have had, they need a coach for them.
Right. Yeah.
Just like I believe the run game, like we need a run game coordinator for the offense. Like we need someone whose sole job is to come up with creative ways to run the football.
Right.
Like
the person that I think the person that I think people sleeping on is Curse though. That's the one that the people are not giving him enough of his flowers, because he basically came from a very deep Minnesota room, right? Yeah. So you got 2 guys back there that's all pros. So that's like coming here and you Schultz and you Joe, but Whitney here, you're not playing. Right. You're just not playing. Give a fuck how good you are. Right. You're not playing.
True.
You know what I'm saying? So then he goes to Detroit and they stick him in the box and he shines there, but he looks more linebackerish than safety. So Cowboy fans sitting back like, damn, what do we do with him? Well, you got to actually look at
2 safeties making a ton of money.
Right. And so you got to go back and look at all of his tapes. See, I went back because he was in the first Boss Cowboy Guide. I looked at him all the way back to Clemson. See what I'm saying? So where he plays single high. What's really going on with him is he's just a pure football player, bro.
Right.
You know what I mean? Where you can stick him back there, or you can stick him in a strong, or you can stick him deep into that box and he'll still go up there and make like plays against the run as if he's a linebacker, with the same mentality. So, and we haven't seen a guy like Curse in a while. But I always say this about Cowboy fans. We got filet mignon taste, but we've been eating crackers at safety. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things that you got to recognize when a burger hits your lap. It's still gonna be a good meal. That's what Curse is, and to a degree, that's what Kazi is.
Hey, and I'm gonna tell you something else that fans are really mad, or why I'm so mad at the safety position, why I've kind of just given up on it, except for my boy Donovan Wilson. But I talked about Donovan Wilson so much that now I just feel weird. I feel like I'm being a poser talking about, like I'm being a poser. I got 9 videos saying that the Dallas Cowboys should start him before he even started a game in the NFL. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, when it comes to the safety position, like, I hate the fact that the Dallas Cowboys said it's either Xavier Woods or Earl Thomas. Now, I could probably name 15 safeties that are better than Xavier Woods, but they're not better than Earl Thomas. I get it. They're not better than Earl Thomas. I get it. But they're better than freaking Xavier Woods. And the Cowboys, they did it twice, bro. They did it twice.
Adams or Xavier
Thomas,
Woods.
and they did it with Jamal Adams.
Earl Thomas or Xavier
and Jamal
Woods.
Adams. They basically said,
filet mignon.
Yeah.
But think what I'm saying?
A Lunchable. It's a Lunchable.
You get what I'm saying, though, boss? Yes. Like, it's either we got to have the best or we're not going to have nothing at all. And then they really started selling us on Xavier Woods could be the remember that article?
Yes,
maybe Xavier Woods could be the Cowboys' Earl Thomas.
Yes.
I remember. I just said one word.
Xavier Woods is offended that everybody's talking about Earl Thomas. Shut the.
You remember that?
Yes, I remember that, bro.
That's how they do. That's how they do, man. Like I said, you know, we got McDonald's at home. You know what I'm saying? That's what they do, bro. Like,
so, you got McDonald's at home. You got a microwave.
Yeah. Hey, you want some McDonald's? No, we'll make that at home, bro. I got some bread. We got some bread. You got some hamburger. You know what I'm saying? And that's what the Cowboys do, bro. We never just go and get that safety. So now we got to hope on a few guys, whether it's Curse, KZ, you know, Mukwamu, like some of these other guys, Tyler Coyle, undrafted free agent, that can come in and actually just be that surprise guy when we're sitting back like, oh, we kind of got us one. And that's what the Cowboys do. Like,
and then we got to hope that we don't do that guy bad, because even when we get lucky, like we got, you know, I always say this, Josh Jones. Right. I say Josh Jones' name more than anybody, bro. Like, because that's another one we let get away. Mm-hmm. He was such a steal.
What you talking about? What about Jahai Ward? That dude's been a starting corner. That dude been a freaking
I still say I say Josh is worse, because we talking about safety though.
Right. I know, but I'm just saying that's the biggest miss. He's the biggest miss in the last 4 years.
As far as safety, Josh and Haha was, and it's basically somebody again at a very high level has a disdain for safety, and my guess is it's the guy who played tight end in college.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Yeah.
The guy basically what he's saying is a safety took his girlfriend.
Right. and safety used to give him that business every day at practicing one-on-one, and he just got a disdain for the position.
They have no value. And think about this. It wasn't even that they wanted Jamal Adams or Earl Thomas. They wanted the names. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because if you really wanted to upgrade your safety position, okay, then why you get Case? There's been a bunch of safeties that have been available.
Yes, it was.
He addressed it. So they are aware that there's an issue with the safety position, because, like I said, post-draft after day 2, he was like, oh, we couldn't get that safety position. We thought we had our guy. And like, so they are aware of it, and they try to go get Micah Fitzpatrick. You know what I'm saying? So there's been some moves, but they just haven't just finally said, you know what? We're going to spend top premium and just go get that position, go get that guy. Because like I said, I don't care what nobody says. We wanted Trayvon Moore. We thought we were going to get him. The Raiders jumped this one pick, took him, and then we kind of scrambled and auto-picked our corner.
But you know what scares me about all this? I'm going to tell you, this is what scares me on all this. Whoever is picking the corners and the safeties, obviously they're still in the building because we have consistently missed. Then think about this. That same dude watched some film on Asante Samuel Jr. and then watched film on goddamn Boss Man Fat, and they said that they felt that Boss Man Fat was going to be a better pro, even though I had seen Asante Samuel go. And then think about this. Asante Samuel daddy was in the league, so you don't even got to deal with him rapping or none of that.
That's a whole nother hour show.
See, I just touched the button right there. See, when I say stuff like that, then Jay Tuck be like, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because think about this, Jay Tuck. That same person. Because we know that's a fail, bro. Like, I don't care what nobody say. As of right now, whoever got Asante Samuel, bro, they got a better player. Why? Because nobody's talking about him.
Yeah, I'm following all my guys who like Chargers content creators. They ecstatic. He's ready. You know what I'm saying? They think he's gonna be CB1. He's been training with Jalen Waddle and Patrick Surtain. They've been out in Florida. Like
that's what they're saying. That's what they're saying.
And here we are. We just gotta hope. For the best. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, that's what they're saying about Asante.
That's what they saying about Asante, man. Like. They, you know what I'm saying? The Chargers stole the draft. That's how they feel like. You know what I'm saying? They went and got Slater. They got their guard and slash tackle. They turned around and got Asante Samuel. Like, they feeling good. But we going to see week 2. We'll see.
I mean, you know.
While ours over here making mixtapes.
I had him raked over Carl. You know what I'm saying? In my Boss Cowboy guide, Asante Samuel. So did you. Just at this point, I'm going to just hope we wrong, bro.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Where did you have Boss Man?
I had Boss Man like 9th. Yeah, 9th corner in the guide, bro. And that's
so theoretically, how many of your corners were available when we picked in the second round?
Most of them.
So how did that one? And we have an answer question mode. So how did that make you feel when the Cowboys when you did all this research and the Cowboys went 100% against what you know what I'm saying? How did that make you feel? Like either I'm dumb or they dumb, right?
Mm-mm.
That's how you.
It felt like they had a different board than mine, which happens. You know what I mean? And Boss still good. You know what I mean? Right. So it's a matter of how you see them, and it's and how some people grade red flags higher than others. I want you squeaky clean with pink lips, as much as possible. You know what I mean? Some people willing to take the risk, for the upside. Because see, one thing about Boss Man though,
it's upside.
Boss Man a straight up freak.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, punt return in high school, like Jack Tuck did great research.
That was before he got. This is the thing, my nigga. He ain't had no Christian Dior, and rapping in the
No.
When it rings, it pulls.
No.
He ain't had a. That's because he was trying to get to the Dior Lamborghini. He got to the Dior Lamborghini.
No, I'm with you. It's just one of those things. I'm so happy that marijuana is now a thing of the past. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He's a 6-week suspension wait. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man,
bro, he owns.
My boy got not only, lips not. Well, you got blue black lips. Come on now, you know what that is.
Right.
So it's one of those things that were good, but I'm so glad that that's the thing of the past. Cause guess what? We all know great players who smoke big.
Oh, yeah.
All of us know them. You know what I mean? Personally,
right now as we speak.
You know what I'm saying? So, I ain't no judgment coming from me. As long as you still able to kind of play good, I don't care what your extracurricular activities are. Like everybody know Michael Irvin used to party, but when when it came game day, he was ready, man.
Right.
My only thing about Boss Man Fat that scares me is the outside influences, and he's the only one that is trying to pursue a career in rap. And rap career goes against NFL career because. And this about Boss Man. If he's gonna be a real rapper, I have a problem with him. Because if real rapper means he King Von, he actually doing the stuff he talking about in his album. You know what I'm saying? He doing that stuff. If you Drake, I ain't tripping. You want me Drake?
Boss Man Drake, bro.
As long as he's Drake, hey, Tuck, you did music. So you already know what I'm talking about. If he's Drake, I don't have a problem with him.
I don't think he's Drake though. Like I said,
I don't think Drake either. I don't think Drake either.
I don't know if I need to unfollow the kid or what. Watch his last video. He on stage. There's a cloud full of smoke. There's you know what I'm saying? There's money on the table. There's, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, it's just a bad look. But rap aside, bro, like I said, he just has to come out and just perform well, because if he gets off to a slow start, bro,
they gonna pull all them clips.
I'm pull all them clips, bro. And I would rather know that I'm gonna get a football player that's gonna be out there, who's committed to the game, who's locked in, who's ready to work, and who I ain't got to worry about it, man. So. It is.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you something about these veteran players. These veteran players, if they don't see that, bro, you're gonna have a harder time because they're not. These veteran players will isolate you in locker rooms.
Right.
I know that for a fact.
That's what I'm saying.
I know that for a fact. You know what I'm saying? Like Tristan Hill, like Boss Man. You remember that day I told you one of the homies on the team told me, West Coast Cowboy, you are more of a hot boy than this guy. I'm not gonna say his name.
Right.
A defensive tackle told me with a hot boy chain. He had to do that. A defensive tackle. He said, West Coast, you'll have a hot boy chain before he do.
Right. I remember that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you why. Because he showed up day 2 of practice in an Audi A8 with the doors open. You know what I'm saying? And you got veterans out here trying to get paid, and you second round pick coming up with the Audi A8. You know what I'm saying? You
Don't like.
Bro, that like you have dudes out here that got 3 homes and who need this check to pay for them homes. Like that's what I'm saying. The rap ain't gonna be an issue for him. It's gonna be an issue for dudes in that locker room.
What's up, my guy? My guy Law Nation just chimed in. He
What's
said,
up with it, Law?
Cole Beasley rap. Nobody said a word. Here's the thing.
You wanna know why?
People got,
Cole Beasley wasn't a black rapper. That's why.
No, but here's the thing.
Wait a minute.
Cole Beasley didn't start rapping until he was damn near in the 3rd, 4th season of Dallas. You know what I'm saying? So
yes, and let's just be real. White rappers are not required to really live that lifestyle. Bro, he is from Shreveport, Louisiana.
And he was rapping about different content. It's the content. It's the content.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, bro. But like we said, because like one of my favorite players in the draft, right? Tamarion Terry. You know what I'm saying? Florida State caught up in the wrong people. You know what I'm saying? And now he got a Fed case pending. You know what I'm saying? And so it happens. He's got to be more careful with his surroundings, man. But I appreciate y'all. Like
he just got a ball, bro.
He's got a ball.
This ain't nobody go care. Now, if he start off slow, you go start seeing our own media dig up all that stuff you looking at right now, Tuck. Right. You know what I mean? That's and then they go create a link that this is the problem with this play.
Can I say something real quick? To say that nobody said something about Cole Beasley rapping is not true, because there were a lot of people that had a problem. But the thing about Cole Beasley is Cole Beasley was an established pro. Right. And let's just be real. Cole Beasley has always been on some weird stuff. The dude tried to retire twice.
Right.
Like he tried to retire from the Dallas Cowboys.
Right.
Now he's threatening to retire if you don't. I'm like, Cole, I don't really think you want to play. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like I know you want the check, but every now and then you talking about if I don't do that, like who tells it if they make me take a COVID shot, I'm retiring. Well, go retire. Like you know what I mean?
Right.
So it's like that's the difference. And race does have something to do with it, because Vanilla Ice rapping is totally different than NBA Hot Boy rapping, especially if they sing in the same song. Because you don't believe that Vanilla Ice is going to do that stuff or capable of doing that stuff. Boss Man Fat, since he is African-American and he is rapping, we are going, in order to buy his music, they are going to expect for something of it to be real. That's why rappers get in the shootouts.
It might not even have to be him. It might just be someone who in his circle who has to be real. You know what I'm saying? And so it is what it is, man. So like I said,
hold on. Go ahead, real, no. Like,
you do.
No. Real. It's too many times we define street stuff as real. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I'm being technical.
Okay.
I'm being technical, but I'm just saying, somebody gotta live. I just want to say it like that. Somebody gotta live what they rapping about in the entourage to have respect. I just didn't want to use real with it because it's too many times us as we give too much credit to street stuff and call that real, and then when people doing man stuff,
we don't want to call it right.
We don't call that real. You know what I'm saying?
That's
all.
I feel you.
Yeah, and the thing, and I'm gonna tell you the thing that sucks about Boss Man is like, and I'm not saying it sucks, but I feel like his circle on the worst day, does he have people in his circle that are going to push him in that right direction?
Right.
Unfortunately, I feel like Boss Man is looked at as the OG in his circle now. Why? Because he's the one with the money.
Right.
Like, have you noticed the rapper is always the smartest one? Why? Because he's the one with the money. He's the one paying for everything. So it's like Cole Beasley, he doesn't have that pressure because he don't come from the streets.
Right.
Boss Man really do come from the streets.
Right.
So if he's saying those things, bro, it's way more believable to believe that he's capable of doing that thing. And like you said, Tucker, man, the entourage.
Right.
The entourage is what's getting these dudes in
because
trouble.
when you go perform at these clubs and you 40,
you're
50
not going
deep,
by yourself.
Yeah, you're not going to be like, I'm just going to do it. Like, no, you 40 deep. You got to control 40 different people. You know what I'm saying? And it might be the 40th dude, your homeboy's homeboy, end up getting to some mess at the bar. All of a sudden, everything breaks out, but they know it's tied to you. Dallas Cowboys
look at
cornerback.
Michael Vick got caught because his homeboy was on probation, got caught with weed.
Right. So
and snitched on Michael Vick.
Right. Right.
This hurt.
On probation.
There you go, man. It's like
so
I said,
that's my biggest thing. And my last thing before we get out of here, Boss Man, if you're listening to me, dog, I'm not saying you can't rap. But what I'm saying is this: stop talking about rap so much, because rap is not paying the bills.
Right.
You need to talk about what's paying the bills.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Content, and just focus on football a little bit. If he starts to ball out and he becomes who Boss Cowboy think he's gonna be, then drop all your tapes next offseason. But right now, bro, if he come out and we look out there and he fourth on the roster and Anthony Brown's out there starting, I don't want to hear nothing about your mixtape, fam. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's focus on ball. So it is what it is, man. My guys, I appreciate y'all. Like I said, go ahead, subscribe to both of their channels. Subscribe to my channel too. Turn that notification bell. We headed down to the camp 2021 season, so we're going to turn things up a notch, man. I appreciate y'all for joining in, man. Like I said, I appreciate y'all content. We rock with each other off cam, and we talk pretty much daily, man. So I appreciate y'all for stopping by. And West Coast, you going to be out there at camp on Wednesday?
Wednesday, I thought they were leaving on Wednesday. I don't know.
Is it Thursday? When's camp start? Thursday?
I think it's gonna be Thursday. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm probably gonna be out there Thursday because my inclination says that they're gonna be leaving on Wednesday. And usually they have their bookend. The first practice, whatever it says their first official practice is, that's the day. Cause I ain't gonna go out. Usually I go out there and gotta meet everybody and try to meet, you know what I'm saying, before the fun. But I ain't trying to piss nobody off this year.
Right.
And before we get off, I do want to say, man, special props to you, Wes. You know, because people got to give West Coast his flowers. Like, yes, a bunch of the content creators coming out there this year, but we all got to acknowledge who was the first. Like, who was the first to say, I'm going to come out here with my damn phone, and I'm going to look at this with my damn eyes, and I'm going to give my own commentary. It was West Coast, y'all. Right. So y'all got to give my boys flowers, man, and everybody should do that. I don't think enough people doing that, to be all the way honest.
Man.
Hell yeah, bro, because that's real, bro, because I know, and we know, you started this 7 years ago, being at training camp and knowing the ins and outs of training camp, walking around with your phone and doing all that kind of stuff that you was doing, giving us content firsthand. So I'm honored to do this Sunday with the dude who cranked this shit up, dog. And I appreciate you, Doc. For real.
I appreciate you. Hey, man, my goal, honestly, is to get everybody that does content, you got to go to training camp, because once you do the training camp, bro, you see it totally different, bro. You just see everything. You see everything differently. And more importantly, you have a starting point. You see somebody at their starting point by week 17, you'll know if you want that person on your team or not, because you'll be able to determine, like, did they get better from training camp? Right. Like Xavier Woods, people wonder why I went so hard on him, is because, bro, I was going to training camp. Even when they were saying, oh, he's intercepting everything, I'm thinking in my head, I'm at training camp, I'm like, yeah, he intercepts Dak because he's throwing the same routes. Like, come on, bro. Like, Dak's throwing, they're running the same play over and over. Right. Like, of course he's going to. Remember that boss that it was boofing? Xavier Woods intercepting everything. And I'm at training camp, like, I told boss, I'm like, boss, bro, this is what I've learned about training camp. Offense always look good in the beginning and they look horrible at the end. Right. Defense look bad at the beginning and they look great at the end. The reason being is because the Cowboys are not going to invent a whole new offense to try to trick their defense. Right. So of course the defense is going to look better toward the end. And that's where that fluff be coming from. Right.
And and I just appreciate it. I appreciate, like, all the guys that's going to be out there. I ain't going to be out there, unfortunately, this year. I'm going to be in the one in Dallas. But I just appreciate all the guys. But I definitely want to give,
appreciate you, B-Dub.
Yeah, and that's just real. Because I like all the work that everybody do when they do stuff that's different like that. And I got exposed to different stuff because I've been rocking with you, So this gonna be a great year, man, because all the content guys gonna be out there. I just hope everybody link up, some kind of way. And then I'm gonna be listening to everybody, because I'm gonna have to lean on y'all until they come to Dallas.
Right.
Yeah, if boss can show his boots, I can smoke my blunt. I don't know all I'm saying.
Boss got them boots on, man. Boss Cowboy.
Oh, man, my bad, man. I got too comfortable, man. I done got way too comfortable.
Man. He's about to head out.
Hey, man, we need to do. I know they had the late night hype, and praise God for what they did. But I'm gonna tell you, before the late night hype, I was doing a Cowboys Uncut, and it was just a late night conversation piece, man. And bruh, I think the game definitely needs, something like this, going on through the season. I don't want to commit to every day or but definitely we need to look at something on some late night.
I'm looking at the numbers, homie. The numbers is damn good. So that, like, the people speaking, bro. Right. You know what I'm saying? The people saying it right now. They like what we doing right now. And Jay Tuck, and I know Jay Tuck didn't even go hard on this production. He came with a 3-man screen and chilled on it. You know what I mean?
Nah. The production up there.
My bad. I wasn't looking at it enough.
Oh yeah, you got the production up there, bro. We're not just.
My bad.
You got lazy on my guys now, bro.
I thought you got lazy on us, dog.
We got full production going on
got
behind the
full
scenes.
video on the
I got video highlights. All that. You know how we
man.
do. Yeah. You thought it had no background and everything. We being real. Nah, fam.
Well, but so if that happened, that'd be cool.
Yeah, we'll talk.
I'm open for that.
We'll talk. All right, my guys, man. I appreciate y'all. Appreciate everybody in the chat. Like I said, go to everyone's channel, comment, like, subscribe, turn that notification bell.